you know, sometime around like right now. Woo! There's a person. Oh man, Sarah's face is so big. Yeah. I think I just spent a lot. I spent a lot. What? Where is it? Where it I'm trying to find. There we go. There we go. There we go. I found a person. There's a person. Hang on. I'm not I'm not seeing. Hang on.
I think I deserve that.
There's the audio. Man, I don't know what was going on. Nobody heard anything you guys said, which may or may not be good.
That's probably good.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Well, can they hear me now?
I'm pretty sure.
As a certain random bearded other fellow says, are we on the internet?
Yes.
Excellent.
I don't have an email, though. Should I have not had an email?
Is it too late to spend my advancement points?
We can work on that first, but first, before we do that, good evening, Dungeon Dwellers chat, and the rest of the internet at large. Welcome to another episode of Big Damn Heroes. We're happy to have you here, and Michelle, we are very sorry you won't be here to reprise your role as the delightful and inimicable Hazel. We do see you there in chat, though, and we love you, and we hope you're having a great evening. We can't wait to have you on any of the Dungeon Dwellers programs again, because you're amazing, and we miss you.
True story.
Let's see. So, getting into everything else, we were actually just discussing, before we went live, the fact that everyone has been so busy going action to action, scene to scene, everything that has happened, before now, when they've finally had a few minutes to stop and breathe and dock on this ship that they've just saved in mid-transit to another world, that nobody has spent their advancement points in a while. In fact, somebody even has as many as 28 advancement points.
Are you trying to shame me?
So, I didn't name you. You called yourself out on that one.
You're trying to shame me.
Little bit. But I wasn't going to name you until you called yourself out, so you think about that.
Shaming.
So,
You're trying to shame me.
I don't have to try. You're doing it to yourself right now.
I
So
feel
what
gaslighting.
we're going to do is we're going to take a...
gaslighting?
This doesn't quite qualify because
No,
I'm
I
straight
think
out
it's
admitting it.
I think it's right on the fringe.
All right. The fact that you guys are keeping this live so much rather than letting me just get to the leveling up portion means
No,
that
please,
you're
go ahead.
going to have less time to do that.
We can't just breeze over gaslighting, man.
I wasn't gaslighting. I was straight up calling her out. So, in the spirit of trying to make sure my players don't die and that they get more opportunities to advance a little bit, we're going to take a moment, since this is the first time this season that I think we've gotten a chance to do this, to showcase the system a little bit and give everybody a chance to spend some XP while we wait for one of our other players to come along. So, since we are waiting for Kate to join us. Quick explanation of how this works. This is the Cortex system, which is very similar to its it's child system Savage Worlds, wherein everybody gets a certain number of plot points, and the way that we do it is typically in the game you accrue plot points based on roleplay, and you carry them over from game to game, and you can choose to spend some of them as advancement points, and advancement points are awarded per session, typically. But the way we do it, and it's been going this way since the first couple of seasons we ran of this, is you get 6 plot points per show, no more, no less, except for the first roll at the beginning of the show. That person gets 1 bonus. Any advancement points above 6 left over at the end of the episode, you get to keep as free advancement points, and then we award them at the end of each arc, each mini arc. That being said, some of us have quite a number of advancement points left over. I see somebody's got 20, somebody's got 12, somebody's got 19, and of course, Sarah has 28. And actually, I just want to point out the reason she doesn't normally spend her advancement points is not actually because she's compulsively hoarding them. It's because she's already kind of a god at everything she does, so she doesn't really find it necessary to think about it.
I see what you're trying to do here, and it's not working. You can't just butter my character up and make me forget the shame that you tried to bring upon me and my family. Okay,
listen, the noble house of Atreus has in fact been shamed already. I'm just pointing out you also retain some of your nobility. Now, the point being, Sarah has a combined potential total score on her pilot rolls of 26 before she gets to her feat bonuses, and and any plot points she cares to spend. I should point out that on the difficulty scale, 28, I believe, with your Born Behind the Wheel.
Jesus.
And I should point out that a literally impossible difficulty check is 30.
All right, well, let's
Based on
go
the way
ahead
the system works.
let's put some more points into pilot. See if we can have my minimum or my maximum be over the impossible check. Can we do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna need
Josh or Ryan, can you
16 of
just
those
send me a
plot points
quick
from you.
message about what things cost so I can?
Josh,
have a look?
do you mind providing a little bit of assistance since you
I
ran
fairly
the
certain
previous
probably.
games?
Yeah, I think Josh would probably know, but I can't remember off the top of my head at all.
All right, so Sarah, in order to move from essentially a D14 to a D16, that's going to be 16 advancement points for you. So you've got 28 right now. This is going to drop you down to having 12 remaining. So
is it an attribute or a skill specialization?
It's a skill specialization.
It's not that high then.
Why is it not that high?
Because you've already paid the initial 6 for the skill to get the D6.
That's during character creation.
No, that's during everything.
Then is it just the D8 and higher?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
isn't it like...
we've been doing that wrong for 2 seasons then. So
then I might be...
Hang on. Go from a D12 plus 2 to a
I'm
D12
going
plus
to the book. I'm pulling up the book.
Take it to the book.
Wouldn't that just be 16 advancement points?
That's literally what I was just saying, yeah.
To go to a what?
From a 14 to a 16. From a D12 plus 2 to a D12 plus 4.
I don't know. I haven't looked at that for a year, man.
That's okay. Well, again, this is why I'm running things now. 'Cause, you're busy, and I get that. So, all right, I've got the book pulled up. I'm gonna double check this for the sake of the viewers at home and us.
I just want to double check that us using this time for level up isn't going to affect the end point of the game, right?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Unless you want it to. I mean,
look, I got some Westworld to watch after this with Winston, so.
Listen, you can stream
that
on HBO Go like the rest of us poor mortals. So
look, man, I'm with Sarah. I have to make a dungeon tonight for my players to go through tomorrow.
You wait till the night before? Jesus, that sounds like the one shot I read.
Tyler, what the hell, buddy? Just call yourself out like that on the internet where everybody can hear you for all eternity because it's on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure none of my players watch us, so.
I mean,
I know some things
you hope not now.
On YouTube anymore. Too soon?
R.I.P.
Yeah, hashtag too soon. It's always too soon. All right, character improvement. Moving to a D12 plus 4 plus D4 is skill point cost 16. It says so on page 37. So there.
I stand corrected.
As you should, sir.
I accept your apology, and we are moving forward. So yeah, 16 points from you, Sarah, and yes, you can take your piloting of mid-bulk transports to a D12 plus D4.
Hey, look. I'm a better mechanic now.
Okay, for the sake of speeding things along, I'll just go ahead and let's do that, and I won't fuss with anything else.
Okay.
Now, is it supposed to be D12 plus a D4, or is it 1D12 plus 4?
1d12 plus d4. Because you're increasing your second die type now. Because as we were explaining earlier to the folks at home, this is you start with your attributes and your stats. Base is D2. Everything goes up from there, and once you hit a D12, that's cap, and anything higher than a D12 is a D12 plus D2, D12 plus D4, and so on, up to a D12 plus D12 potentially. But I've never seen that before, so
that's really high.
That's insanity right there. That's. That's
my goal. That's my goal. Insanity.
Nice. What do I want to increase?
Ryan, just to speed everything up.
You're not really a good shot. You might think about putting some stuff into pistols, possibly.
Yeah, that might be. I mean, like.
You're a terrible shot.
What's it to go to it from a D10 to a D12? What is it? 12 points.
12.
You're already at a D. Well, just for skills, that's what it is. But for attributes, it's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about skills. I'm already at a D12 seduction. Yeah. I can't go any higher. I don't have.
By the way,
just
so we're clear, attributes are normal attribute cost up to a D4, but from anything from a increasing anything to a D6 or higher is the number that you want on the die times 4 in attribute points in point cost.
Can I buy a new asset?
Yes. Minors are at 10, majors are at 20.
Great.
You have to buy the minor first in order to buy. Yeah. In order to buy a major, what are you thinking about taking there, Cabin Boy?
Things go smooth.
You taking things go smooth?
Yeah, I can just throw.
I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say as a result of your recent experiences, the fates may favor you a tiny bit more for no longer having your hubris quite so much.
How much is it to pay off one?
It is 10. It is 10 to buy one off. It is 20 to buy off a major. But you have to buy off complications. You have to work that with me in game.
I'm gonna spend my 20 just to get rid of things don't go smooth.
Why did you even take that again?
Because it's so much fun.
Just Seamus, to be clear, things don't go smooth. You're buying it off as a major. That does take it to a minor, even by spending 20.
That's fine.
You spend 10 to take it to a minor, and then you can spend the other 10 to pay it off completely. It is just 20 points total.
Sorry, I apologize. It is just 20 points total, but you're buying the whole thing off? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, well, we'll work that out whenever. It's fine. That's what I just want to do because I can't be bothered to do math.
No, fair enough. I'll go ahead and
we'll do that when we do our next ones off camera because I'm just like, skip.
No, I got you.
Skip.
I got you. You have no advancement points left, and you're done.
That way you haven't got to fiddle with all my stats.
No, it's done. It's taken care of. And assets. You're adding things go smooth as a minor. Josh?
Yes, things go smooth as a minor. Do you got it? Because
I got it.
Okay.
I got you, buddy.
Awesome.
I got you, buddy.
I don't know which one is. Okay.
I do.
I got it. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, all of that's built into the game already. I spent a lot of hours hard coding the entire damn manual.
Yes.
For moments like this.
Exactly for moments like this, so it goes a lot faster and smoother. Same thing with the items list, although I need to work on that too.
Awesome. So you guys are aware, we have some nice film noir saxophone going on in the background.
Oh.
The way you said that made it sound like saxophone.
That's why my first
with
was,
Hank,
wait, what?
everything's a saxophone.
Damn it, Hank. Nope, stop.
You're done, Tom.
You're fired.
You take an additional -1 die step for the rest of the game. That's what that is.
Oh, you can't hear it.
Wow, that's harsh.
This moment of smug brought to you by Welch's Fruit Snacks, who are not actually endorsing us. It's just really tasty.
I'm drinking
no, I'm
Stella,
not...
so if Stella Artois wish to endorse us?
Yeah, Welch's or Stella. If you guys want to hop on board with this, you can get on the ground floor of something great. Think about it.
You guys are redonkulous.
So Ryan, I'm spending 16 plot points to move my...
advancement points?
16 advancement points. I think I only need... Yeah, I'm spending 16 advancement points to take my mechanical repair up to a 1d12 plus d4.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wait,
And I approve your changes.
As I am at flying?
What?
Does that make you as good at mechanics as I am at flying?
I always have...
As you are at flying mid-bulk transports, yeah. You can keep that ship flying on some spit polish and a stick of chewing gum. As long as it's got a circuit board and an engine, he can make it fly.
Well, at least for this whole game.
Yep. So, that being done, thank you everybody for bearing with us while we took a few moments to do some bookkeeping. Let's dive in. So, last time, we were in mid-combat as Hank, Zeph, and Seamus were busy with their ship medic Fix, an old friend, boarding a mercenary transport.
We're like way past that.
Getting there.
Do you want to do this? Where they successfully managed to escape, despite the fact that the ship, realizing that a number of their soldiers were being gunned down rapidly by the boarding party of the Shinmei's crew, began to create an explosive decompression and try to vent their hostile boarders into space. Everyone managed to get on board the shuttle and escape. Unfortunately, as good as the flying and the shooting of Nell and her co-pilot, Sierra, was, they were not able to wound the command ship enough to shoot it down, so it may have escaped. As a result of this, they were, however, able to threaten down the final remaining starfighter and force it to land under penalty of being destroyed in space and left to spin as free garbage. They forced it to land in the hangar bay and accept being taken into custody on board the transport. The Shinmei then found docking space of its own, landed on board, where they encountered an old friend working for Gardner Kane Pharmaceuticals. This old friend was a one-time passenger on board the Shinmei who spent some time working to find ways to grow plant life and help accelerate terraforming on worlds where the terraforming hadn't properly taken. And she's busy using a large chunk of the ship's hold to create essentially a experimental hydroponics garden and see about solving a lot of the issues about hunger and poor living conditions out on the rim. And that's where we left our intrepid adventurers, taking a moment to breathe and appreciate that despite how hard things are out in space and out on the rim, not everything's bleak, and there is hope for a future that is green and growing. Hank, I believe you had just walked off out of the hydroponics bay to return to the ship or to your shuttle. I also believe that Seamus will get his swerve on with one of the nurses. Apparently a first, since he came to consciousness out of the pod that they found him in back at the beginning of the show.
He's attending to my every need.
We'll see about that, but in any case...
in front of a prisoner too,
tasteful fade to black on that, and we'll say that you were at least kind enough to shut the door on the prisoner first. Um, and this Sierra wandered off with Hazel into the depths of the ship with apples and bananas in tow, and a tiny little robot humming the 1812 overture. So, Zeph, Hank, Nell, what all are you guys up to?
Am I still
First
down?
downtime you've had in a while.
Yeah, are we still down in the bay then, where Hazel was, or?
Yes, you're still down there. Hazel and Sierra are off at the far end of the bay, working on a number of gardening things. This is one of the first times that Sierra seems happy to you outside the ship, and not getting into any particular trouble. She seems pleased with both the distraction and the amazing amount of greenery that is blooming inside this portion of the vessel, which if you didn't know better, you would say you were planet-side with the amount of greenery and the air quality and the dampness sort of hanging around you. It feels like a slightly humid, almost breezy, warm day, and the mist hanging around the ceiling is only slightly blocking the lights, making it just a little overcast, but it feels almost homey. You're surrounded by the smell of wet earth in space.
I mean, I think Nell probably just wants to garden for a bit, to be honest.
You do have that option. You're not in any particular rush to be anywhere as far as you're aware. So, and given that your current assignment for yourself was to protect the ship and make sure that this vessel reaches its destination unharmed, your prisoner is currently secure to your knowledge. You don't have any reason not to, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I might do that for a bit. What's our timeline for the shindig?
At this point, you've got about 7 weeks to prepare for that.
Why the hell did Hank invite me to that thing so early?
Because they thought it was going to take longer to convince.
Because he's a frickin' gentleman and knows that you need time to get ready.
Zing, and also yes. This is a clandestine meeting. This is to recap real quick. The shindig that Nell has referred to is a secret meeting between interests in the Unionist Party of Parliament, who would like to see a peaceful resolution to the Cold War between the Rim planets and the Inner Systems Alliance, as well as some business interests who support the Unionist goals, and whose business is being affected by this embargo between the Inner and Outer Rim. So this is supposed to be secret, relatively high-level talks that they are trying to set up, and this was put forward early on the understanding that it may take time to set up something that can allow your ship or some other diplomatic envoy from the Brown Codes to set up a way to get there safely and quietly so that you don't attract the attention of the feds.
I also just want to point out that Nell is like the worst person to be invited as a diplomat to anything.
Well, that information was passed along to Hank to deliver to whom he saw fit in order to try to pass that along, and they knew that he was on a vessel that's captain was connected to high-level browncoats, so the thought, just to remind, was that perhaps someone might pass that along to the diplomatic wing of the independent command. If you still want to go with it and be the diplomat, Nell is certainly welcome to. If Nell wants to do something different, Nell has that option. She's connected.
It's true, but I'm pushing my luck trying to get away with everything I've got right now. I do want to reach out to Independent Command to see if they have any leads on the ship that I wired them or waved them the information on. The command ship that was getting away. I sent them location information, etc.
Did you want to do that before you go garden? You've got several days before you arrive at their destination.
Yeah, let me check in first.
Okay. While you're heading upstairs to go to your ship and get to communications, Zeph, was there anything that you wanted to do?
If everybody's leaving, I think I'm gonna go upstairs and just check out the Shinmei.
Okay. Well, the Shinmei could certainly use some TLC.
Also, I'm going.
The Shinmei always needs TLC.
Isn't that kind of like its thing?
Yeah, it's true actually.
I'm also on top of that. I'm going to see if I can strip the other ship for parts, since it's a wreck anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's
good plan.
I like that plan. We'll roll for that in a moment. Hank, anything you wanted to be doing on your way up, or did you have like a whole scene in mind?
Yeah, how long does it take me to get to my shuttle?
10 minutes, less.
Great. I go to my shuttle.
Okay. You arrive at the shuttle just as blouses are being opened.
If you want to do that on my shuttle, you might want to pay up.
Oh, well, I was watching The Prisoner.
Yeah. Sure. Locked in a closet.
But you never know. He could be one of them, sneaky fuckers.
How long's it been since you've heard The Prisoner?
Like 30 seconds.
I go and I check on The Prisoner.
Okay. The young nurse who was paying attention to Seamus is hastily buttoning herself back up and looking very chagrined, and she sort of says, I'm going to leave you two to it. Maybe another time. You're really nice, though. And she dashes out the door before you can even finish the sentence.
I grab, before she's out the door, I grab her by the arm.
Yeah?
I hand her a card. Like a normal card. I just hand her a card. It's like, look, if you ever want to get in touch with him, just give me a call.
Thanks.
Send me a wave.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mr.
Wilson.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on.
Do you want me to roll something?
As she runs out the door,
Mr. Steal Your Go.
Hank, make a perception check as she runs out the door.
Easy. Forgot those things.
Or just alertness if you don't have it.
Aha! 9.
You catch sight of a little piece of paper fluttering off into the ground as she dashes away.
That's fine. I really didn't care. It wasn't for me.
Seamus doesn't see this because he's still in the shuttle. Anyway, so
that came off exactly how I wanted it to as well. Like
you're welcome. The closet door slides open. Prisoner just sort of blinks at the sudden bright light. Can I help you, sir?
Nope, just making sure you're still here and alive. They treating you well?
I heard some noises I'd rather not have been party to. I'm good otherwise.
Great.
Did promise that I wouldn't try to escape or any... Okay, bye. You hear a very muffled, like, alright. Just sit here in the dark by myself.
Other than that, I really didn't have anything. Start cleaning the guns, the pistols, and...
Alright.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
Seamus?
Whoa, Seamus was like, whoa, hold on. I did not sign up for that shit.
Seamus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna head back to the Shinmei, and I don't know. I'm just gonna try and see if I can find anything else out about myself.
Okay.
Like if I know how to jump, I know how to move, how to dance, how to swing, how to play baseball. I don't know, man. Give me something.
We'll get to that.
Roll for baseball.
In fact, since everybody, yeah, roll for
you
baseball.
attempt to jump in the air and discover that for some reason
white man can't jump.
Disabled?
Yeah. No,
it's like playing Mass Effect.
I noticed.
The spacebar just doesn't work.
I noticed an extreme hatred of elevators.
Something like that. So while you guys are downstairs discussing and having your little adventure with Hazel, Seamus, you step on board the ship. Make a recall check.
Let's see one of these. There we go. Should have improved that skill.
You remember that the doctor had taken an awful lot of blood, but you don't remember ever getting any results back from any of that.
But I know it's fixed in there then, because I thought he was trying to do what he can in the hospital ship as it was.
You don't know where Fix is at the moment, but you can certainly check.
Cool. I will make a pin. I will make a pin if he's not in the med bay. I'll make a pin to chat with him later. But
okay.
If he is in there, obviously I'll chat to him now.
Okay.
How did you do that?
You walk into the med bay. Oh, hey, how you doing? Were you coming in for a physical?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. I just remember, I'm still at a loss about who I am and stuff like that, so I was just wondering if there was any
Sure.
Obviously about the eye as well, any word on a replacement,
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
That's too bad.
I got literally the last word of that.
Is it dropping that badly?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Literally just that last bit. I got the last bit of it.
All right, I'm gonna kill the video stream and see. I've got literally nothing. Oh wait, how did Steam get turned back
you're
on?
Muted.
The only thing I would change is this opens too easily.
What about this? Is this better?
Yeah, man, you're fine. You literally were fine except for that one bit.
For whatever reason, I apologize, guys. Steam randomly turned itself on, starting updating right then, and
there you go,
I don't have enough bandwidth for that right now.
Yep, that's fine. So you're
all
good.
Right.
This kills the bandwidth.
All right. Fix goes ahead and says, "Come on over here."
Okay.
I think he's trying
what the previous doctor left on you.
But it's
I think Steam's still downloading stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna kill my video.
Rest in peace. We hardly knew you.
But I won't be able to tell when he laughs maniacally.
All right.
When he looks excitable.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
What?
And why am I hearing an echo of myself?
Are you? I don't hear it.
It's coming through somebody. All right, it's coming through on Tom's side. That's weird.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
I don't know.
So, fix gestures for you to hop up on the table.
I will hop up on the table. Do I need to press spacebar to jump?
You do. All right, let's see what the other doctor left on you. All right, this is interesting. We got, he's already got your blood work in here. Physical says you were pretty good as of a couple of weeks ago, so don't really need to do anything else with you. You take any hits in that last fight?
No. Found out I'm pretty dodgy.
Okay.
I can... Live, I believe is the term.
No pain, no bruising, no nothing?
Nope. Not that I'm getting. I mean, obviously the eyes is weird.
A large hangar.
There's no like paint associated with it. It's just...
You want me to get you like a eye patch or something for that?
I already have one. Barely. I just trying a new thing without it at the moment.
Sure. You know, it's a little unsettling, right?
That's the plan. Because when we go into combat, I thought, you know, the whole, you know.
Yeah. If that's how you want to do it, I'm not gonna tell you your job. But okay. Okay. Well, let me just check you over, make sure there's not anything you hadn't noticed. And he pats you down, goes over, and you feel his hands moving around you, checking you out. Turn your head and cough. Little doctor humor. You're fine. All right. Okay. So,
I mean, was the cupping really necessary?
Absolutely. Anyway, so let's look over these results here. That's funny. You got some kind of unknown substance in your blood.
Unknown bad, unknown good. I mean, I don't know if I was doing drugs or shit before, so I mean.
Well, it's just not a compound I'm familiar with, and the computer. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
A little strange. Surprised he didn't mention it. Okay.
I think he left in a hurry, so I don't know. I don't know what the plan was.
I understand there was some concern that maybe he wasn't suited to a ship that spends this much time getting into trouble. Believe me, I know. I spent a lot of time with Nell back in the day.
Huh. She certainly seems like she finds things that come up.
It's true. She seems to have a nose for trouble. Well, you seem to be in the pink of health for the moment. You want me to find you like a replacement for that eye?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you can, I don't know. I mean, I figure you'll know the best places to shop for one.
Well, as it happens, I happen to know a guy who I worked on his eye just not terribly long ago. I could, maybe see if I can find something there. We don't really have a lot of that in, Independence Medical. I mean, there's not a lot of. It's an expensive thing to get, and the folks who get the injury, there's kind of a wait list. But if you're not too particular about where it comes from, I can talk to a friend of mine.
No, anything you can do. I won't happily pay what I can for it. I mean,
absolutely
making money now with Nell, so we'll see.
We'll work something out. I'll talk to Nell, see if maybe we can get a little little funding sent the way of the Independence. Requisition what I can. See if I can make sure you're taken care of.
Perfect.
Was there anything else I could help you with? I'd be happy to, check you over if there's anything else you need. He just kind of winks at you.
No, I think that need has been satisfied for today.
Oh, has it? You lucky dog.
Turns out I'm very particular about nurses. Who knew?
Do you know, I don't share that, but I understand. And, it's, you're a very fit young man. I'm sure you'll do fine.
I have been having a few weird dreams though. I can't work out if they're memories or if they're dreams. Is there a way to tell the difference?
We could do a sleep study on you. Don't have a lot in the way of imaging equipment, but we can figure something out. Do you want to come by when you're supposed to be going to sleep later?
No, that just sounds like extra work. But is there a marker that signifies when it's not a dream?
Not really my field. We can find you a specialist.
No, we'll just see where it leads. You never know. Maybe it'll if I notice the same shit happening over and over again, maybe that'll be a good enough sign. Or if I see flying elephants or something,
Well, if you see any of those, you be sure to let me know.
Will do.
Because that actually is a specific symptom of something, so.
Okay.
And if so, you need to be sharing.
If I've got any, Doc. If I've got any.
Fair enough. I'm going to go take some of these supplies down onto the other ship, see if I can maybe do a swap with the ship's medic. Maybe I can see if there's anything of his I can trade for. And if you need me for something, you just give a holler, okay?
Will do, Doc.
All right. And with that, he kind of gathers up a couple of things into a bag and bustles off the ship.
Can I look at my blood work while he's gone?
You can, yes.
Do I recognize what this unknown substance is?
He's left it. Is that
one of the cocaines I'm familiar with?
He's left it locked up, but you do have open lock, and disabled device. So I would say that would qualify if you wanted to.
Okay, I will roll. Do I need to roll anything other than the?
I'm gonna say intelligence, given how this works.
Let's say. Well, it's not a failure.
That's enough for the basics. I mean, it's not
intelligence not your strong suit, Shaver?
It's not a difficult lock for you.
What gave it away?
The D6.
It's not a difficult lock for you, and you're able to pop that open.
Perfect.
He's got the work set aside, and you open your file. There's a lot of stuff you don't make sense of because
medical.
You're not especially skilled in any of this. Make an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence. The substance...
you have to let me roll at least 2 dice, otherwise you know what the number's going to be.
I mean,
that's your own fault as a DM.
Did you want to use a plot point on that?
Yeah, because otherwise it will be a 1, and I can't live without it.
You can use a plot point to improve that to a 2, or you can use 2 to improve it to a 3.
It was a freeze or pass, right? Or like the minimum?
That's like the minimum pass.
Cool, then I'll do it to a 3.
Alright, so that's 2 points. You're looking through it, there are some... You're not specifically familiar with a lot of the way this works, but there are some isotopes in your blood that appear to indicate a certain kind of radiation. You don't really know the particulars, but you can memorize what this is and look it up later, or you can use the computer next to you to try to look it up.
I'm going to use the computer next to me, because I don't know what my memory is going to be like.
Fair enough. This is going to be... Let's see, you don't really have a lot in the way of computer expertise, so this is just going to be another straight intelligence roll plus plot points if you want to spend them.
Well, at least it's not a complete failure.
Did you want to spend a plot point to take that to a 3?
Yeah.
All right.
Because Google is my friend. Even space Google.
Right. You hop onto Cortex and you start checking around. Hey, Kate. You start checking around for references to this particular radioactive isotope. It's typically found, it says, in folks who spend a lot of time in deep space. Not really on colony worlds very much. Just extended periods of time, not any particular amount of time on planets. Mostly folks who are spacers of some kind.
Okay. Would I know, like, if there's a lethal amount, like a lethal dose?
It only becomes lethal when you're operating without any kind of shielding or containment, you find, as you read through it. The simplest explanation that you're able to glean from this as you look across is that there is a buildup of this in people who spend an awful lot of time away from being planet-side.
Okay, cool. So nothing to worry about as far as I can gather. It just means that I've been in space a lot of time.
No, it's the equivalent of having, been exposed long-term to, like, X-rays, something of that nature. It's not harmful to you in high dosage unless you have more of it, but there's definitely residual radiation there that indicates that you've spent an awful lot of time in space for extended periods of time.
Alright. So if I become Godzilla or the Hulk, I'll be very happy.
Fair enough.
I'm
right about the time that he's finishing with that, Zeph, you arrive at the ship. Tyler, I think you're muted.
I am muted. I will walk aboard the ship and clunk my way down to the engine room.
Okay.
Clunk, clunk.
You clunk your way up to the engine room.
Whichever direction it is. We're in space. There's no up or down.
Fair enough. The relative direction of the current ship that you're on and the gravity that you're using indicates it is up from your current position.
Anyway, I'm just gonna check out the systems and make sure that, like, everything's running all right. And
Shinmei appears to be mostly in good shape.
mostly, I want it to be perfectly in good shape.
Okay. You haven't taken any damage from the combat. They didn't manage to tag the ship with any weapons as far as you're able to see, but the ship does need its maintenance. And you're going to have to spend a certain amount of time getting that handled.
I will do that. Is that repair?
Yeah, that's going to be repair, and you know your roles for repair.
You gonna make my ship all shiny?
That's 21.
That is about 4 hours worth of work for you, and by the time you are done, the engine has been the best part of taken apart, rebuilt, scrubbed, and is running again smoothly with the tools and the circumstance bonus of you being in your own engineering bay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have that like multi-tool that guy
had. You do. You can take that out and examine it if you want to.
Sure, I'll do that.
It appears to be kind of a new tech multi-tool. It's got a spot welding torch on it. Fuel seems to be at about 80% charge. You can recharge it by just plugging it into a standard socket. It appears that this is kind of this is like the Nordstrom version of a multi-tool that you could use. It's got a lot of extra bells and whistles that are built into it that are really high-tech and miniaturized.
Nice.
You can give yourself a +1 die step whenever you use this tool to repair something in the field.
Cool. Okay, so I've got the engine rebuilt. That takes about 4 hours, so I guess I don't know. Somebody else can do something.
Yeah, you're occupied for a while. All right, Seamus, was there anything else you wanted to do on the ship?
No, I'm just gonna rest and see if the captain needs anything.
Okay. Few minutes behind Zeph, the captain comes on board the ship as well.
Do I need to be using my ship for...
The most secure communication connection you're going to get is either from the command of the ship you're docked with or from your own ship. And you haven't really spent a lot of time talking to the flight officers on Kane's ship.
Okay. I'll head up to the bridge then.
Of the Shinmei?
Yes, since that's where secure communications are going to occur.
Okay. As you walk in, you see Seamus is, just puttering around, and Zeph is hard at work in the engine. There's the occasional clang and clatter of exceptionally large and heavy bits of metal being desocketed or moved around.
Okay. Then on the bridge, I just want to send a wave out to probably... I'm assuming when I sent the communication out previously, when I sent the wave regarding the location of the command ship, that I sent it to the closest Independence ships in the area that were, like, in the line of escape.
Things that were in the... I'm sorry, I didn't really follow your question.
When the command ship left, I sent, like, when they were escaping, I sent a wave.
Yes, you did flag a wave out to Independent Command to let them know.
I want to follow up on that, basically.
Okay. Okay. You get one of the staff officers back at the Independent Command on the horn. He appears on your Cortex terminal.
This is Captain Holiday regarding the wave I sent earlier.
Captain, what can we do for you?
I'm trying to follow up on the wave I sent regarding the command ship.
I apologize, Captain. One moment. Let me check communications listings. Yeah. A couple of messages for you, but we'll get to yours first. So you were checking up on follow-up on a Corsair ship? Do you call that a Corsair?
It was a Corsair.
Fair enough. All right. So we got confirmed Corsair activity in this area. What were they attacking? You said it was some kind of medical transport.
Gardner Kane Pharmaceuticals. They're
No
sending
shit.
supplies out.
Pardon my language. I'm sorry.
They're sending supplies out to rim-world planets. Corsairs were attacking them. Trying to board.
I can see, I guess, why they'd be attacking their own, but that's weird. They'd be attacking a core ship doing that kind of work. All right. I'll make sure we pass that along and follow up. Only ping we've been getting from anything like that is there was a exceptionally damaged ship that crossed the sort of the terminator between the rim and the interior worlds
on the
Alliance side of things.
Sounds like the ship I did a great deal of damage to.
That's probably it, based on what I'm seeing. They were headed for just inward. Doesn't say there was a specific planet. Maybe they were meeting something in transit.
So I just want to clarify that I sent a wave out about this ship, and it was picked up, received. Someone saw the ship, and nothing was done.
Couldn't get to it in time from what I'm seeing here. It was booking pretty good for something that was that damaged. There was definitely a trail followed, but after a little ways, they lost the signal. So either it just died and the wreckage was on the other side of the line, or something picked it up and we weren't able to see it. I'll certainly put somebody into it in case we see that signature again. Their IFF shouldn't be too hard to identify in the future, unless they change it.
You said you had messages for me?
Yeah. Message from a staff officer on board the Serenity Valley. You are to return as soon as you complete your current message, your current assignment that you've taken it upon yourself, it says here, to take care of. There is a additional note from General Reynolds commending you for your initiative. So I imagine it's nothing too serious, I hope. In the meantime, my own admiration for the handling of that. I got a friend who happened to be transporting through the area. They managed to send some of the radar footage. It's a hell of an engagement out there.
It was. Is Reynolds around?
Afraid he's closer tied up with the council at the moment, but I can definitely see if he's able to get you a call back pretty quick.
Well, you can do that. You can also let him know I intend to escort Gardner Kane Pharmaceuticals to their destination to ensure no further Corsair interaction. So
Dongse Actual is apprised of this. They asked you to stay on?
They did.
Excellent. All right. Well, I'll pass that up the chain. I'm sure that they appreciate the help. I know we appreciate the good public image you certainly put out there for us. We appreciate that.
Just want to let them know it'll be probably a few days before I can make a check-in.
Okay.
I'm escorting them to the destination.
I'll shoot a wave to them and pull down their check-in, and we'll see about if there's any additional support we can send that way. Anything you want to share about what they're up to out here? Is it just strictly relief?
As far as I've been told, it's strictly relief.
All right.
I don't have any further information. I've only just landed a few hours ago, so...
Okay. Well, if they're up to anything shady, we'd appreciate it if you let us know. But in the meantime, as long as it's a mission of mercy, we're glad to have them out here.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, I realize that they say it's a mission of mercy, but we've had Alliance tricks out here before. It's always worth questioning.
They're an independent company.
Sorry, I completely lost. Everybody froze on that. What'd you say?
I said they ain't alliance. They're an independent company.
Yeah, says you. They're one of the biggest megacorps on Londinium.
Yeah, they ain't running alliance flags.
They run an alliance money. We have to be careful of everybody. I know it's difficult to be suspicious of everybody all the time, but that is part of the job we have here. I appreciate the updates, though.
Suspicious of everybody all the time. If we want to get anywhere with our mission after this war is over, if we want anyone to trust us, we have to start trusting other people first.
Well, from your lips to God's ears, I suppose. In the meantime, any other messages you want me to pass along, Captain?
No. Anything else, I'll speak with Reynolds directly.
Fair enough. Council would like to see you back as soon as you can, but I'll let them know it'll probably be about 8 or 9 days. That should give you plenty of time.
Much obliged.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Captain, pleasure hearing from you. I'll pass you messages. Serenity Valley out.
I'll end the wave. I do want to check in with Gongze Actual.
Okay.
Since I know Kane requested an inventory count, I want to see where they're coming along on that and if they need any assistance.
Okay. Do you want to call or head up to their bridge?
I think it would probably be a lot faster to just call them.
Fair enough. All right. This is Captain of the Gongse speaking. This is Captain Holiday, right?
Yes.
You're on board my ship. Well, okay. It's a big ship. What can I do for you?
It's a big ship and I have small legs. I know Kane sent over a request for a full inventory count after I let him know that there was an attempt at boarding. I wanted to see how that was going and if you needed any assistance.
No. We've got everything under control. If you'll restrict your crew to just common areas and the repair bay, med bay, we'd be taking that as a kindness. But we've gone over the ship with a fine-tooth comb. Nobody was left. We put the body bags in the hangar bay from any other boarders, and we'll be passing that manifest along to Mr. Kane shortly.
All right. Let us know if anything pops up on your radar. We're here to help.
Absolutely. We appreciate the escort, and we certainly appreciate the help. Feel free to avail yourself of refueling as well. We've got a surplus at the moment.
Yeah, I'll have my mechanic do that.
All right. Might save you a little money in transit, and it's the least we can do considering you've put yourselves at risk for us.
Much obliged.
Anything. I'll be on the bridge if you need me.
Thank you.
All right. Gongze Actual out. All right. Right about this time, we will cut to Sierra and Hazel. Sierra, what are you two up to? Well, Hazel has been taking you around the garden and showing you a number of exotic plants and all kinds of vegetables. The place is just a wonderland of all manner of fruits and vegetables and produce, and there are flowers everywhere, vines growing. The place is like a botanical garden almost, with its own farming sections. You even find a small pond filled with fish.
I mean, I don't. Is that all? Is that all what's been going on, or how long's it been?
Sorry.
8 days.
For you, it's been about 2 hours since you left Nell and company to go spend time with Hazel.
Okay.
Hazel seems utterly delighted, and there seems to be no end of things to show you and to do, and her tiny little robot is wandering around bringing you things and helping out.
I I mean, I guess I'd just be like looking around. I probably wouldn't feel very comfortable like leaving that area without being shown how to get back to the ship. So I'd probably like just be hanging out with her. Um, I don't know. I don't really have anything I want to do exactly.
You're just like Bilbo. I'm going on an adventure.
I mean, like I guess like if Michelle were here, I would do some like role playing, but like I don't really have like any real like stuff I want to do. I guess like are we planning to leave soon or?
We're escorting them to the destination. It'll be several days, and Nell already let you know that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I feel like nothing I do is possibly going to measure up to
No, it's fine.
Performance.
I'm glad that you are aware enough to appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I do not have that capability to be Michelle's Hazel.
I mean, I don't know. I'm okay. I guess like if something changes or if somebody wants to call for me, like I'll do that, but I didn't have anything really planned right now.
Okay. After a while, even Hazel realizes that you need to get sleep at some point. So Hazel does send her little robot Basil to guide you back to the Shinmei.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll head back, and it's within reason that I probably was given multiple samples from the garden to take back with me.
You have an entire cart of cuttings and different seedlings and things that Basil is trundling along behind you as he tries to pull a little cart with all this stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, yeah, and I'll go back and I'll probably be like super tired, so I'm gonna sleep for a while. But if we're skipping ahead anytime, then whenever I wake up, I'll probably go get Nell.
Okay. Well, while you're up to that, Dr. Kane back on Londinium gets a call.
From who?
Doctor, this is the captain of the Gongse. We wanted to go ahead and touch base with you about the manifest you asked for.
Right. What did you find out?
Well, unfortunately, some of the pirates seemed to know where they were going and got into the testing chambers. We did put them down immediately, and we have sequestered their bodies for study to make sure that they weren't infected with anything. I regret to say that we have yet to take complete stock of any damage or anything they might have hidden before we caught them, but they did not get any signals off. We have checked that.
So you're missing stuff, but you caught everyone who came inside. It has to be there.
That's our supposition. We are checking as fast as we can, sir. Ideally, all they did was just stash it somewhere in case they got caught and hope to escape, but they died before they could do anything else. We will find it.
That doesn't make any sense. Check the security cams and check them again.
We will. Your friends seem to have done an excellent job keeping us safe in the meantime. We're providing them all aid and care that we possibly can. Of course, within reason, keeping operational security.
They're staying?
They're continuing to provide assistance and escort in the meantime. They appear to know one of your specialists on the ship, so they've been mostly spending their time back and forth between repairing taking care of their own maintenance, and I believe your specialist has provided them with some samples of her growth development.
Good. I should check in with her soon. Any reports? New reports on that? Do you know?
Well, she seems to have made some progress on reseeding worlds that have been glassed by these strange bombs that you were sending us samples of. So it looks like we might be able to proceed with reseeding worlds like Shadow and Athens ahead of schedule at this rate, but no guarantees as yet. We're having some difficulty figuring out how she even got that strain of plant to grow.
Yeah,
but it seems to be working, and
we seem to have a great deal of difficulty figuring out anything that Hazel does.
That is completely true, Doctor. However, once we do have once the scientists have that isolated, we will start mass production of replication on that and see about reseeding those worlds.
Excellent. But obviously the priority is the cargo in question. Please try to locate it and isolate any contamination that you may find.
We're on it.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yes.
Make sure Miss Holiday doesn't find out.
We are observing all security protocols that we can, Doctor. I've asked them to keep to the common areas and to Hazel's garden. I hope that'll be enough. She seems like a trusting sort, and I like her, but I certainly wouldn't want to give her the wrong impression of our operation here.
No, me either. If she hasn't been shown the garden, make sure that she is.
Oh, she absolutely has. They spent several hours down there.
Excellent. I wouldn't want her getting the wrong impression about us.
As much as I appreciate the other work that we're doing for you here, the garden, I think, is my favorite part. So thank you for giving us the chance to test that out here. I'm glad it's working.
Me too. Well, I look forward to hearing back positive news about finding the rest of our inventory.
I hope we're able to provide you with that news shortly. I'll be back in touch in the next 4 hours for check-in.
All right. Over and out.
Thank you, Doctor. So that wave ends. Guys, over the next day or two, nothing special happens. There is a indication that other traffic does come through the area, but there doesn't seem to be any particular hostile motion or intent. Zeph, if you could give me some additional mechanical and mechanical repair checks. Give me 2 more.
14.
Okay.
Oof. And 12.
All right. Over the next several days, you are able to perform all needed maintenance on the Shinmei. So you're good for about a month, as long as nothing else crazy happens. Everything is in as top condition as you can possibly make it. And you're even able to get some things done that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to do while the ship was still in space.
Nice.
This also saves you guys from having to pay additional fees, so any money that you were going to spend on maintenance is reduced by 1/4.
Nice.
Good job, Zeph.
Well, you know, trying to
Earn your keep.
save all I can. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, those are 2 very good combined rolls. I have to give you props for that.
Both of those are under half my potential, but sure.
That's nuts.
I mean, your potential is you could rebuild the ship after it exploded on the ground. You're pretty good.
Looks like a giant Lego piece to you.
I mean, he has had some experience doing that exact thing before.
I would like to attempt something during these 2 days, if I may.
I actually have a thing for you that I was about to move to. Seamus, at the end of night 2, you do have another dream. For a moment, you think you're awake, till you realize that you're paralyzed, unable to move. During your sleep, you hear voices. You can't make out. They're indistinct. They do sound as though they're coming in an accent that's familiar to your ears, but you haven't heard it in a while. It's a little bit clipped. Something familiar to it, a kind of rough but almost musical lilt. The words are unfamiliar, but then everything begins to resolve and sharpen. And you hear the words, better worlds. You will help them make better worlds. That is your task. No one can suspect, however. Follow your instruction.
I recognize that voice.
It's Ryan.
I don't know who Ryan is.
Sorry.
And at that point, rocks fell and everyone fell out of space and died.
God damn it.
The table
What even are
flipped
the
and we all
physics
stopped.
of that?
It was just because I can't see his face, like, because he has no camera
Yeah.
up, so it's just...
The way
Just the
the
voice of
physics
God.
of that are there is a giant rock that comes out of nowhere and smashes the ship.
It's a set of rocks. Some
Yeah.
Thrown by a
call it
space
comet
giant.
and or
Yeah.
asteroid.
rock or ROC rock.
I believe the word you're looking for precisely is rogue planet.
Oh, Lord.
That's 2 words.
Yeah,
Okay,
still.
pump the hate brakes, Thanos.
Yeah. So, as you're hearing this, you begin to feel a pain in your eye. And you realize you have both of them. You can see. And while your eye is held unblinking, suddenly your eye is removed. The pain is excruciating. And then another eye, this one mechanical, is replaced inside it. And you can see things that you couldn't before. Numbers, images, things flash before your vision, events, timelines. It seems to be educating you rapidly on a number of things, but then everything sort of dissolves. And you're placed into sleep. Some kind of pod. You feel safe, secure, ready. You feel committed somehow. There are images of violence before this. There are images of training, of dedication, discipline. Images of blood on a blade. And then you wake up.
Well, that kind of ties in perfectly with what I wanted to do. In order to sort of clear my mind, would I be, and then because I'm on a much bigger ship, would I be able to go for a run? I've heard that does things for healthy people.
You can certainly go check the ship and see if there's...
I'm going to roleplay a healthy man who does exercise.
And doesn't drink himself stupid to the point of liver poisoning and abusive rants.
No, that's in the future.
Yeah.
Don't know what you mean.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Okay, yeah, you can
I have no
certainly
memory
check
of that
around.
character.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and as you step outside, you see some of the other maintenance workers going about their business. They appear to be prepping the ship, the fighter, and Zeph. You remember having come down and talked during dinner the night before about wanting to break it down for parts and giving some instructions to the mechanics to assist him with that. And they had agreed in exchange for some help with a filtration unit that they are using to distill some things. There are people milling around that appear to be able to answer your questions, but you can also explore the ship on your own.
No, I'm just gonna go running down the corridor and get lost and see where I end up.
Okay.
Just like run until sort of like to kind of process the dream, work out whether it is a dream, whether it's a memory, and just kind of see if that helps me sort of, that exertion helps me perhaps clarify it a bit more.
Okay. There are a wide series of corridors that run through the common areas. You can run through those easily enough. Some of them appear to stop at different circular doors that lead off into the more extended, lengthy parts of the ship, similar, as far as you can tell, to Hazel's space, but not nearly so big. Those are sealed, and there appear to be guards posted at each of those. Go ahead and give me a endurance check from you.
Apparently running requires exercise. I did not think that through.
You're doing fine. It's the gravity is just slightly more than what you would expect on a typical planet, but not by much. And you are getting to test yourself against it as you run. One of the technicians who you passed in the hallway stops past and picks up to jog next to you so he doesn't slow you down too much. Hey, where are you headed?
Just trying to clear my head, man.
Okay, I understand. Listen, if you go up a level, there actually is a big circular space for you to run through.
I know, I kind of just want to get lost, you know what I mean? I don't want to just run around in a circle. Just going to get lost. But thank you, though.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to let you know. We spend a lot of time on these ships.
I can imagine.
I got to get back to my lab.
We normally don't get this much kind of space, so,
I understand.
By the way, what's it with the guards? I thought you guys were like medical and like relief and stuff.
Oh yeah, well we do a lot of testing too. I mean, you got to make sure that the medicine works on different planets and things. Hang on, I got to make an endurance check for this guy to be like talking and running with you. He actually did really well. He just rolled a 10.
Me?
Considering that was a D6 and a D4. That's really good for an egghead. All right, so the technician's jogging alongside you. He looks fine. And he actually he strips out of his jacket and ties it around his waist so he can run with you. Yeah, no, I mean I've got a few minutes before my last batch is done spinning up, but yeah, we do a lot of testing, a lot of trying to make sure things work together. And he starts going off into this lengthy explanation of their mission to sort of help grow these worlds, actually make them better, try to fix them up, especially places where the terraforming didn't really take so well. But the hardest part has been the colony worlds, the different moons and places where there's barely any even subsistence farming. Trying to make sure that places that develop a lot of disease really quickly, especially breathing troubles, or they don't get enough vitamins, that they work that out. And he starts talking in glowing terms about Hazel's food garden and some of the medicines that they've come up with on the ship, ways to improve them and make the stock last longer.
So, did you, like, when you signed up, did you hear the phrase, building better worlds at all? Is that like a company slogan?
I mean, for this particular mission, sure. I guess it could be. It's not like it's on promotional posters.
No, I feel like I've seen it somewhere, so I'm just wondering if the company was like advertising, "Hey, come grow some shit, build better worlds,"
I mean, I've heard. I feel like I've heard it before. Maybe in maybe back home in the core. But yeah. I mean, I come from a little, small skyscraper in Osiris. I mean, it's just like giant apartment housing from top to bottom. I'm not used to all this stuff, so this is new and interesting to me.
I bet.
What about you? Where are you from?
No idea.
Okay, that's different.
Shot in the eye, and apparently it lost all my memory.
Wow. Go ahead and make a. Let's see, what kind of deception check would that be? How would we do that? I guess that's going to be a willpower and intelligence. Yeah, I mean he buys it. He seems like he buys it. Man, that's tough. Wow, how long's that been a thing?
I don't know, man. What has it been, like 2-3 months now at best?
Oh, any idea figuring out who you were before?
No. Apparently, I'm not onto Cortex anymore, and
so you're you're a Rim worlder then.
No
Not
idea.
everybody in the Rim is logged in, so
It's entirely
especially
possible.
after the big mess with this, war gearing up again.
Yep, maybe. I honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, I say we tried running some prints and stuff, and I had like a box that I was in. It was very fucking weird. And there was like no information on the box, like no brochure, no pamphlet, nothing.
Really? We do some bio study work. I mean, and we work with medical pods. It sounds like you might have been in one. You want to bring it by? I mean, you could just bring it over from the ship. We could look through it for you.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we're on, and he gives you like a birthing number so that you know where to bring it. Just bring it by that lab. Yeah, I'd love to take a look at it for you. Maybe we can help you figure out who you are.
Man, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, no charge. This will be interesting.
Science people.
Listen, you gotta find something you love in life. I love doing this. This is just kind of what I do. George, by the way.
Seamus, apparently.
It's a nice name. I wonder if you were from one of the Irish colonies, or did somebody give you that one?
I know that one was given to me.
All right.
I could be called
Bob like
for all I know. It doesn't not like me. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, Dr. Kastanakis, if you're interested in bringing that by, I know you guys are on the ship for another day or two at least, but if you feel like bringing it by, I'd love to take a look before you guys go.
Well, hopefully I'll get permission from my captain first, and then we'll see.
Fair enough. Well, I hope to hear from you. And in the meantime, if you need another running buddy, this has been invigorating. Go ahead and make another endurance check.
Endurance. And I hope I don't lose to George. That'd be really embarrassing.
No, you're actually hitting your stride pretty well. He's starting to sweat.
Get back to work, George.
Yeah, I'm on it. Wow, I got to do this more often because this is embarrassing for me.
Don't put it this way. I think this is pretty sure the first time I've ever really ran anywhere.
Yeah, not by the way you're running. Oof. Listen, I'm gonna hold up this bulkhead for a minute. This looks a little shabby.
Yep.
I'm just gonna check on that. But I'll see you around.
Jack of all trades. See ya.
Bye. I'll see you, Seamus. Oh God, this is embarrassing. Oh. he kind of puts his. Yeah, he looks like he's starting to wheeze a little bit.
I will run my way back to the ship eventually.
All right.
And then when I get there, I'll see if Nell's up.
All right.
Yeah, Nell's up.
Hey, Captain.
Seamus?
Hey, so where this thing happened, I was running around the ship. Not this one, the other one, the bigger one, the one over in. Anyway, I met this good dude called George.
Mm.
And apparently he's got some experience with like the medical pods and stuff that I was found sleeping in.
Yeah?
Anyway, he said that he'd run some like diagnostics and stuff on it and see if there was any information he could pull off it. And I just wanted to get your permission to kind of wheel it over to him and see what he had.
Can you have him come here?
I can ask.
I'd prefer to keep it on board or the Shinmei. I'm concerned about what might be found, given that I've taken you on board and under my wing and such, and if it's anything not so pleasant, I'll want to make sure we keep it contained.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'll ask him. He gave me like a number to take it to, so I'm sure I can just see if he can come.
Yeah, and when he does, I wanna be there.
Sure, I will. I'll let you know. Keep you updated.
Right. Yeah, just let me know. Dismissed.
Sure. Do I salute? I don't know if we're on that level yet.
You don't have to salute or anything. Unless there's something else you need, you can just go.
Nope, okay, boss.
Captain is fine.
Captain.
Over comms. Captain?
Hank?
So what's the plan with this here prisoner in my shuttle? It's been 2
Hold
days
them.
now. He's still here.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna open a separate wave to the bridge. Did I get a name for the captain of the Gangze Actual?
Oh, you did last episode, and I totally forgot. We're gonna go with Captain Davis.
All right.
We're just gonna call him that.
Captain Davis.
Captain Holiday, what can I do for you?
I let Kane know that we had a prisoner. Nobody's let me know what to do with him. Do you have a holding cell or something? Right now he's just on my my shuttle, and I don't.
I mean, he attacked us, but I mean, the conflict between you guys and the Alliance is a different affair. That's politics. We're just trying to do good work. But if you want to give him over to us, we'll
just for holding until we can, until we land.
Okay. I mean, we're not. All right. We'll see what we can do. I'll send some security around to collect him.
Much appreciated. I just a room somewhere where you can keep him.
We're not exactly. We'll figure something out about where to put him.
Like, was the line open the whole time?
Yes, line was open.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find some space to put him. I'm sure we can come up with something, and we'll just post a guard.
I mean, if you'd rather, I can just shoot him.
No, we would prefer you not.
Hank, no shoot.
We have enough bodies that are in the freezer right now. We do not need to add one more. Thank you kindly. All right then.
Sorry about that, Captain.
That's a conversation I was not looking forward to have today.
Hank, contain yourself.
The rest of you on the bridge, back to work and stop laughing. This is not a laughing matter. Okay.
Sounds like you have about as many issues with your crew as I have with mine.
They are an interesting bunch, let me tell you. I missed the days of when I was military, where people actually did what you asked them to do with a straight face.
Yeah, I'm military, and they still don't.
Fair enough.
I ain't trying to hide it.
Well, Captain, it sounds like you've got your own issues to tend to. You're welcome to come to dinner with us, by the way. Officers are going to have just an open dinner for between us and the crew coming up soon. If you'd like to join, you and yours are certainly invited. It's typically officers only, but we're trying to, make everybody at ease, given the tension of what happened a few days ago.
Is this a formal event?
No.
I know officers' dinners tend to be, little...
We're a civilian vessel. We don't require you to, put on your dress blues for us. Just, don't show up covered in mud and grease, and you'll be fine. Unless you're Hazel, in which case we make allowances.
Right. I'll. When's this dinner?
Shipboard time. This is going to be at 1900 hours.
All right. I'll let my crew know.
Thank you, Captain.
I'll open a wave to the ship. Open ship wave plus Hank's shuttle.
Okay.
We've been invited to attend an officers and crew dinner, 1900 hours. Clean up, if you don't mind. And by if you don't mind, I mean that's an order. I won't have y'all embarrassing me in front of these people. We're a military vessel. We're a representation of the independence while we're here. We are going to be on best behavior. If you don't think you can handle that, or you just don't want to take a damn shower, then you can kindly keep yourselves on the ship.
Do you want me to wear my uniform, ma'am?
No, I asked if it was formal. They said just, clean. So whatever you like, as long as it's clean.
I think the uniform might be the only thing I have that is clean.
Zeph, is your uniform Alliance?
I'm gonna go out on a limb for Zeph here and say he has actually been issued a brown coat and as like an honorarium, but also a set of Independence mechanics coveralls, because they've actually started to develop sort of an informal uniform.
Oh, I wanted him to wear an Alliance uniform.
He still got it like in a closet.
He still,
just behind the independent one.
Zeph, do you still have your dress grays and purples?
I might. I've never thought about it.
God damn it.
Wow.
Do it.
Okay, well that's up to you then, man. That is up to you.
Well, Nell just asked you, so you better have an answer right now.
I mean, I've got my independent one.
Yeah. Remember the part where I said we're a representation of the Alliance on board this ship?
Or Independence.
Of the Independence on board this ship? Do you remember that bit? It was like 2 seconds ago.
That's why I said I've got my independent one.
Yeah. I'm gonna pretend that the implication there isn't that you still got the Alliance one anyway.
I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am.
Zeph, you ain't much at lying. Stick to engines. And that's a lot coming from me.
Wait, but doesn't Nell believe everything? I feel.
He laughed while he said it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her that one.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's Gullible, and then there's Nell Holiday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying it should at least be a roll. It should at least be a roll for that.
Yeah, I have to concur. Nell, is there a role you'd care to make for that?
I'm not trying to be not truthful.
Oh, that's
no, but it's Nell. You have to.
But are you making a deception roll, or are you saying that you aren't making a deception roll?
I'm not going to make a roll.
Okay.
Okay. Well, then there's no disbelief roll that she could make. So,
okay. So I just know that he's.
You know he's laughing, and you're pretty sure that means something's fishy.
Yeah. Right, Zeph, that's a lot coming from me. Just, yes, wear the independent coveralls, please, for the love of God.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions from the crew? Sierra, you can bring your turtles if you must. Just be careful with them.
Yes.
Do you want me to try and find out some information from this guy before they come and get him?
I mean, I questioned him. If you want to question him too, you're welcome to it. If there's anything else you can find out, I got the feeling he didn't have a lot of information available, but if you have better luck than me, more power to you. Seamus, you got any questions? Seamus?
I forgot my own name. No. No, Captain. Is it mandatory?
It ain't, but I'll tell you, it's a nicer dinner than you're gonna have on board this vessel for probably several months.
Okay. I mean, I think I got a suit somewhere.
If you don't, I can lend you one.
No, I think I actually bought a suit if I remember correctly.
You did.
I did.
You did. You got some nice clothes.
Dope. Cool. Then I'll give my new suit a run out.
Right. Anyone else have any commentary, questions? This should be pretty straightforward, but I don't trust a lot of you.
Hey.
I mean, I've eaten
That's
before.
fair.
I think.
We'll find out. 1900 hours, I'll see you. Given that Nell doesn't have much in the way of clean and nice clothes, what do I have available to me? Because if the only thing is that dress, that's what she's gonna wear.
You said it wasn't formal, so I mean.
Yeah, but the problem isn't the formal. It's just I don't know. Do we have enough time before 1900 hours for me to like wash my coat?
You've got a couple hours. If you want to give it a shot, you can certainly try.
I'll do my best to clean up the coat and put on new clean clothes.
Do we not have a washing machine on the ship?
Oh, you do. There's a specific one actually set up on the map, in fact.
Yeah, but whenever you use the tumble dryer, the ship sways from side to side.
Where is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's
good. No, it is.
She says it's she.
Hey,
Don't lie.
can I have a Red Bull?
Yeah, it looks real good though.
Why? Why are you like this? Sorry, guys, getting dinner.
We noticed.
yeah,
Food is
everyone
important.
noticed.
Really messed up ASMR right there.
He handed me
cool.
something and didn't tell me what it was.
Do you want something, Josh? Because I could do it.
There we go.
What on earth?
Maybe later.
It's just a recorder.
No,
the what is it? That's the task. The task cam, something like that.
Yeah, it's the task cam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I think this is probably a good opportunity for us to go ahead and take a break since everything's devolved into food.
That'd be good. I kind of need something.
All right. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Everybody, thank you for sticking around. We will come back in just a moment.
You humans and your biological functions.
You are.
Hey everybody! We're back! I love cake. Cheesecake, not regular cake. I get real gussied up. I don't skip on dinners. Somebody's going on a date. Nobody needs Tide Pods.
Kate is a synthetic life form, and that wouldn't actually do her any harm.
Just cleaning out the circuitry.
Yeah, I mean, that would, as long as she drank enough water with it, that would
actually, it was those Tide Pods that you bought, Ryan.
Oh God, really?
I reached in there and
Do you guys even have a machine to use those with yet?
Yes, we do now.
Oh, good.
But I reached in there and never in my life have I ever touched a real Tide Pod, and I held it in my hand, and it was the most just succulent feeling thing. It was almost sexy. I felt like if I just rubbed it the right way, it would just blossom. And I had quite an urge to bite it. I did not. Instead, I exploded it in my hand in the shower.
The only sensible choice.
And my bathroom smelled really good.
Guys, I feel kind of dirty now.
I think we have to end now. I think we all have to go into the shower.
And that's all the time we have for tonight.
I just took a shower.
But was it with Tide Pods?
Apparently not. I've had showers of beer.
No, but...
showers of wine, but Tide Pods is where I was missing.
It's not important what I do in my free time.
And yet now we know all about it.
And now it's on the internet.
Thanks for the Tide Pods.
That's on YouTube forever now.
I did not eat the Tide Pod though.
We'll fix it in post.
So anyway,
we'll fix it in post.
We're going to the dinner. Everybody's dressed and clean. Let's go.
Let us go.
Okay, no, but I'm going to wait down in the cargo bay for my crew to show up.
Final inspection?
Yes.
I have my eye patch on.
Oh,
the time,
do you want... Because I...
The time is 16:30 hours.
My shuttle's not on the ship. Do you, like...
I let Hank know that I want everybody lined up in the cargo bay for final inspection before we go to dinner.
Okay.
Oh, Ryan, I also have my cane.
Has everyone here seen Infinity War?
Nope.
Doesn't matter. YouTube hasn't.
YouTube at large has not seen it yet, and it's barely been a week and a half.
We better give it 2 weeks. Solid.
I don't know. It has made the most money like of any film ever. So I feel like a lot of people have seen it.
My
courtesy
general
mark, it's
rule
14 days.
is when it's out of box office. When box office no longer counts, it's no longer safe.
2 weeks minimum.
I'm not going to watch it though. So
It wasn't that I wanted to spoil it. I wanted to quote something from the beginning of the movie, but I'll just send it in chat.
Please do. Please.
Yeah, because I want to know which quote you. I want to know which.
I don't want the internet to be that mad at us, so I'm.
Some people will say anything is a spoiler, and
I go to the cargo bay.
I'm restricting that to chat. Okay, so back to it. Everybody meets you at the cargo bay. Who wants to come to dinner? Seamus is looking quite sharp with his cane and his eye patch and his suit. Hank, of course, outshines you all because, seriously, he has clothing that, makes all of you look like off-the-rack shoppers.
Pretty sure Seamus is.
Zeph, did you make an attempt for this?
So Zeph showered. He trimmed his hair, and he is wearing his Independence overalls and his brown coat.
Okay, so you've got coveralls and a brown coat. You cutting quite a figure there. All right.
And
all right.
that aren't completely filthy.
Fair enough. Sierra, did you put any effort into this, or did you just not wipe snot on your dress?
I want to say that we had picked up some kind of outfit that was decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have that one on.
Your semi-decent clothing?
Yeah.
Have you had to Did you try brushing her hair?
It's like not Dobby's house elf clothes, so it's better than that.
Fair enough. All right.
I don't know if my hair is brushed. Nell, have you brushed my hair?
I'll take a brush to it.
I squirm.
I make
roll
it
for
tense.
squirm.
Roll for squirm? I'm gonna roll for
roll
squirm.
the
you roll agility and I roll burst of strength to hold you down.
God. Oh my god.
All right.
Roll for parenting.
Nope. It can't.
Oh, wow.
That was the Shinmei, apparently. Even the Shinmei can't hold you.
Even the ship can't hold me.
I don't know. On ship scale burst of strength, that's an even match.
Fair enough.
All right. So
Wait, I rolled discipline. Come back here.
there you go.
I submit.
Discipline forces you to submit. All right.
I force her hair into what would be by anyone else's standards a really awful braid, but by my standards is pretty good.
Fair enough. Okay, with all of you avoiding any penalties to social checks as a result of your coiffure and putting your nice clothing on. In 1700 rolls around, you all turn up to the stateroom. It's 3 decks up from where you currently are.
Do we pass anything weird on the way up there?
On your way out, you do pass a number of guarded checkpoints and you can see that on the as you're passing up the turbolift from the second deck up, because you do have to change transports at one point because of the way the ship's laid out. You do see that there are a number of people going back and forth, searching up and down certain parts of the corridor, checking what appears to be. Well, make a observation using your alertness and willpower, or perception if you have it.
Can we all do this?
All of you may do this because you're all walking through here.
Dang. Is this for everybody?
Everybody who's walking, who's attending dinner.
Those are pretty even rolls from everybody.
That's pretty crazy rolls from everybody.
Sierra, you should have rolled a willpower if you don't have perception.
10 from me.
I got 7.
All right. Everybody who beat a 9. Well, first, everybody who beat a 6. Everybody who beat a 6 sees that people are checking what appears to be structural integrity. They're searching up and down, pulling vents apart. It looks like a maintenance check.
The urge to help them.
Everybody who beat a 9, however, who hit or beat a 9, sees that they appear to be looking for something. They are checking, it looks like every inch, every nook, every cranny, every door frame, every vent. This is what it looks like when someone is tossing a corridor or digging through everything. And Sierra, in particular, this is familiar to you because you do this sometimes. You just do it only a little at a time when you're digging through the corridors and the air vents and things.
Let's see. Who beat?
I beat it. Zeph did not beat it. Hank did not beat it. Seamus beat it. So, you, me, and Seamus.
Are we all walking down the corridor together?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then they escort you. The petty officer who came down from the bridge to get you escorts you to a additional elevator, which takes you to the top deck and the stateroom that has a large series of open, sort of see-through panel windows that look out into the black.
Okay. Do we look out of place, or do we look like on par with what everybody else did?
Some of you are dressed a little bit nicer than others. Hank actually outshines the whole room still. Some folks are dressed down and look like they would be at home with Zeph. Nell is probably the most gussied up woman in the room.
I'm just wearing my coat and regular clothes.
Oh, you didn't put the dress on?
No.
Okay, then Nell is...
Coat and a nice blouse and skirt and my combat boots.
Okay. Well, in that case, you are cutting a very professional and, positive image. Seamus, you get a few looks as you wander in. They're good looks.
I can't see him.
Yeah. The tables are laid with all manner of vegetation. This appears to be a very vegetarian meal, but there's a variety here that you've never seen on a starship before, courtesy of Hazel's fantastic production. Everything you can imagine: pumpkin, banana puddings, fresh banana puddings, somewhere they're getting eggs from, and they've made some kind of poached egg. Although there do appear to be some tofu versions of that as well. All manner of potato salads and fried corn, boiled cabbage, and just pretty much anything you can think of. All manner of fruits.
So much fruit.
Tomatoes, strawberries, oranges, tangerines.
Is Hazel present at this dinner?
Hazel sort of breezes in right before you guys do from a different doorway. She has not changed clothes whatsoever and is leaving kind of a trail of the must of someone who spends a lot of time with soil. But she's bringing in fresh washed vegetables and fruits just by the basket and setting them on display, essentially. And she seems very pleased with herself and humming a little tuneless ditty as she goes. She seems very focused on what she's doing and just not paying attention to anybody else.
Sounds about right.
Unless someone tries to move her arrangements, in which case she swats them on the hand and goes right back about what she's doing without a word.
I would like to find it and sit near the Captain Davis.
Captain Davis sees you as you come in and gestures for you to join him at the head of the table. The rest of his officers... This is
my first time actually seeing him in person, correct?
Yes, actually. This is the first time you two have met in person. You spoke with one of his staff officers when you first arrived on the ship.
Can I get a description?
Captain Davis is a middle-aged man with a little bit of salt and pepper gray forming at the temples. Some occasional streaks of it through his well-combed hair. He's dressed down a little bit, a nice shirt open at the throat, but slacks and a simple jacket over that, all in blacks and grays with a little bit of red at the epaulets on the jacket. Just simple civilian kind of uniform, but slightly dressed down. Most of his other officers are dressed similarly, and you get the impression this is kind of like the casual version of a work uniform.
Okay.
It does kind of have like a sort of bellhop-esque look to it, but the expression on Kate's face is really throwing me off. What is going on over there?
Josh is giving me a look.
Oh, is that what that... Fine, I'm not going to look at the two of you while you two look at each other like that. It's a little weird. Alright, so in addition to that, Hazel occasionally will stop and comment as you're watching on people's jewelry as they go through, as they pass by, and she sees another person's dress and sort of immediately begins to comment on how lovely the color is, and it reminds her of a very specific flower that nobody else knows about, and she turns and notifies the room, this woman is ready for pollination based on her dress color. And she just nods very sharply and walks away.
Captain?
Captain, welcome. We're very happy to have you.
We're pleased you invited us. It's been a while since we've had anything this nice for dinner.
Yes, well, we are fortunate among, I suppose, almost any ship or even space station out in the black. Miss Hazel, who he nods to, even as she is breezing out one of the side hatches into a different hallway. Well, there she goes. She is wonderful, and I don't know how she grows it so quickly. I don't know how she does what she does. I leave that to the scientists, and even they have a difficult time understanding it from what I have heard, but she's come up with methods of gardening and hydroponics that have astonished everyone. And I think humanity would have been much better off had we had someone like her designing the sleeper ships that brought us here from Earth. It was.
Is that possible?
Or maybe she's rediscovered secrets that we didn't know in the past. Or we only lost to ourselves. It's hard to say. She's doing amazing work for all of us, however. In any case, please join me, all of you. And he gestures to space across from the rest of his staff officers and saves a seat next to himself for Captain Holiday.
Sierra just starts like digging into the food.
Sierra, you've got mashed potatoes, peas, carrots, like everything ready and available to you.
Yeah, my arms are short, so I can only reach like what's right around me. But I grab all of that.
This will end well.
Yeah, I will take the seat indicated to me near Captain Davis. I do kind of want to keep an eye on my crew while we're having dinner.
Okay.
Don't snort at me like that.
We'll be fine.
I'm going to sit next to George and chat.
George makes space next to you and has you sit down. Seamus, it's great to see you.
You're looking a little more lively than you did earlier.
Well, the workout was helpful. Peter agrees, don't you, dear? The young man next to him, very muscular-looking fellow with a very well-cut beard, just sort of nods and continues working on his this large ear of corn. He's just picked straight out of a bowl.
Food's good.
Very much, yes.
I don't know how you people eat vegetables, so.
I mean, they're prepared pretty much any way you can imagine at the moment. So,
except with meat.
Yeah, Seamus, this is my husband Peter. We're both part of this mission here.
Good. That's a good way to do it. Did you meet during it, or did you know each other before?
Oh, beforehand. We signed up with the mission together.
Oh, nice.
Peter nods and kind of leans over and says, "I understand we're going to be looking at your medical pod later."
Oh, you're going to be the one coming over? Yes, to unlock the mysteries of my mind.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I actually specialize in that kind of long-term.
Perfect. I'm sure you guys will
hardware.
I'm sure you guys will find answers that.
No, I'm very excited to see what kind of tech we're up against. I'm familiar with most of the stuff that gets commercially used in core space, and if this is something that was used further out, this may be something new and different to work with, so I look forward to exploring it.
Good, because I can offer you zero assistance with it whatsoever.
That's quite all right.
Trust you guys to do your job.
As long as you don't mind sticking around, we might need to compare some of the results to your previous results.
Yeah, no, I believe me and the captain are going to just sort of be with you anyway to answer any questions and see what comes up.
And your ship's doctor will be available? We may have some questions.
Sure, probably.
Absolutely.
Hey, Fix, you going to be available?
Fix looks up from conversation with a slender young man who looks like a bridge officer of some kind. He's got the rank indicators of a junior petty officer, and he says, "Oh yeah, I'll be there."
I don't think Fix even knows what you asked him if he was going to be there for.
Nope.
Barely paying attention, but I'm sure I'll be around for whatever you need.
Classic Fix.
I would like to engage in some discussion with the captain, if that's possible. Or if he's talking to other people, like I'm not.
No, he's keeping you company.
Okay. Captain, you mentioned you were previous military. I'm assuming Alliance.
Sort of. I was Alliance Logistics at one point and defected to the Independents after certain events happened.
Really?
Well, it was relatively recent. I didn't fight in the First War.
No, I understand, given the context, but that's
there was a
pleasing to hear.
Well, don't get me wrong. I believe in the Alliance. I believe in the good it does, but I also believe that it doesn't always do right by its citizens. And in protest, I resigned my commission and joined the Independents to help rebuild Hera for a while. But after a while, I decided to come home. The offer of amnesty was made, and I did take that. The counselor, Dr. Tam, was very adamant about putting that through and making sure that many who made a stand on their principles were able to come home. And I was very grateful for that. But I couldn't go back to work for the Alliance military. I couldn't see myself doing it, and there would always be a black mark on my record for having done so. So I signed up with commercial shipping and eventually found myself working for Gardner Kane, and I've been happy doing my work for them, driving ships and freighters ever since. What about yourself?
Well, I was independent, and then I weren't nothing, and now I'm independent again. It's long and the short of it. Must say it's nice to have a place to rest for a bit. We ain't stopped moving quite a piece, so it's much appreciated, and the food is nice too, and just trying to say thank you, I guess.
Well, we very much appreciate you. I mean, this is our thanks to you as much as to our own crew for holding together during that very trying adventure. It's rare that such things happen, but when they do, it's best to have some moments of peace and fellowship to be able to remind ourselves that we're in this together, and we all have to hold together in moments like that.
Well, and I'm for sure going to be receiving an earful when I return to the council.
What on earth for?
Dashing off on my own without sufficient permissions from my higher-ups.
I didn't realize things were so structured in the Independents these days.
We're a lot more structured than we were previous. She gestures to Zeph. We even got sort of a uniform coming together. Although
Engineering Corps, Mr. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Zeph Adams, sir.
Oh, well, Mr. Adams, it's a pleasure to have you and your compatriots aboard. That's a smart-looking engineering suit. I quite like the color of the coat as well.
Thanks. Put it on myself.
Well, if I understand that there's been a request made on salvage for that fighter, I certainly had not put in any claim to it. So, as maritime law grants, the salvage is yours. If you want to break it down, and anything you don't take, I'm sure my men will break down and make use of.
I appreciate that very much, Captain.
Well, whatever way we can be of help to you. I'm afraid I don't have anything much in the way of discretionary funding to pay you with, but parts and fuel and this wonderful food, that much I can do. So if you're willing to take it on barter for the assistance that you provided, I'm happy to do that at least. And I'm certain we can work out some kind of stipend through Gardner Kane if that's not sufficient.
We ain't doing this for the pay. I believe in what Gardner Kane Pharmaceuticals is doing here, delivering relief to the Rim world and offering their support. It's something I'm happy to assist with, and I've known Dr. Kane for a while. So,
You actually know Dr. Kane?
Yes.
Small universe.
He's the one who called me for assistance here. That's why I came out.
I'm very appreciative that you were available on the call. This is good.
I tend to make myself available for Peter.
That's very kind of you. We certainly appreciate you. Otherwise, we might have had losses on our hands. As it was, we only had a few wounded, and the damage, thankfully, my engineering corps can take care of. They are very well trained in such things, and thankfully able to handle it, although I'm sorry to say they've had as much practice as they have. The space lanes have not been particularly pleasant of late, but we've managed to outrun most trouble. When we haven't, we've been able to patch the trouble, at least till we get back to a dry dock.
I noticed on my way up you had some men doing, looked like some pretty serious ransacking. You, missing something?
It's possible. You remember we were discussing the manifest that was requested. There's some things that seem to have gone missing during the raid, but I don't know if it's a question of...
Ryan, we've lost you.
My own men. I hope not.
Ryan, I lost you for a second there. Your internet.
If it's something that...
Can you even hear me?
Yeah, no, he's frozen, so...
He's done. Ryan's done, everybody.
Stick a fork in him.
Well,
Try... Yeah,
Turn your camera off.
Yep.
All of you just fine, he says.
I hear...
Yeah, we can't hear you, man. Well, we can't understand you.
Clickety clackety.
What season are we in for Dungeon Dwellers? 4 or 5?
For this show, I think it's 3.
For the SerenityRPG, this is 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Not even a little bit.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Can any of you hear me clearly now?
Yeah.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep trying. Keep going.
I like to imagine Ryan's just like typing furiously, trying to increase his bandwidth.
It's not how that works.
It's in my head. Damn it.
Oh.
Nope. R.I.P.
And he's gone.
R.I.P.
And no DM.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are DM free. What do you guys want to do?
Anarchy!
I stab everyone at the table.
Oh, that's cool. I snuck my gun in, so I'm just going to shoot everybody instead.
Perfect.
I am going to take command of this ship.
That's a good idea.
This is my ship now.
That's a good idea. I am going
You are the captain now?
I'm going to sell myself to all the women.
You get a call from Dr. Kane. Please stop, all of you. Please do not destroy my ship.
It's my ship now, Kane.
How much money do you want?
Ellis kicks down the door.
What have you got going on here?
Not
I
you
know you're
again!
hiding something.
How much is this ship worth to you? Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Guys, I think it might be our DM.
Oh, hey, it'd be nice for him
Just
to join.
ignore it!
Oh, hi, DM. With a really bad signal still.
He hasn't even connected to me yet. That's awkward.
Oh no, it's the network conditions are affecting our call. He's trying to say something.
ICVC.
More anarchy.
ICVC2.
Quick, guys.
R2D2.
Get as
I'm
much
Mr.
anarchy in
VC.
as you can.
ICVC2.
Oh my god.
So what's everybody doing?
I've just uploaded the up-to-date character portraits to a new album on our Facebook, so that people have them.
I'm very
Snazzy.
excited.
You can hear and see all of us just fine. This is Uvu all over again, which is funny because I don't remember Uvu ever actually doing that. At least not to me. It might have done it to everyone else, but
Fucking damn. Fucking Zephyr's the balliest, fucking sexiest man I've ever seen. I'm never getting over that photo.
Wait, say what?
Are you talking about the Jesus Zeph photo?
The Jesus Zephyr.
Oh.
I'm never getting over how good Zeph looks. Like, I may make my next character gay just to try and bang Zeph.
whoa.
Like, no qualms about it. Like, he's just gonna go there and he's gonna fall in love and that'll be it. That's done. Game over.
Oh, there's a whole album.
Wait, where are they at?
In
On the
Dungeon
dungeon.
Dwellers, Kate just posted them.
I just posted I started an album.
Look,
You
I
should
know
get
that
an
Hank is supposed to be the super attractive companion, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean that's just because he dresses well. Like if Zeph was wearing that, fucking sploosh. Yes.
I can hear you.
All I heard was, "Can anybody?"
I didn't even
Oh.
hear that.
Is anybody there?
Can anybody find me?
Somebody love.
I mean, if we're singing, I have lyrics pulled up on my computer right now.
For that song?
No.
Oh,
Testing.
Oh,
About
there he
testing?
is.
Ryan?
I heard testing.
That's all I heard.
Testing.
There's more testing.
Yay, tests.
Check, check.
Keep. Hear me now. This
Nope.
is Shaggy.
Nope.
I got to go on a journey. Can you take me on a journey today?
Oh, we're no strangers to love.
God damn it. Get out.
I can't anymore. That's it. That's all I got.
Josh, I think you need to let it go.
I think Josh has
Don't make
probably
me
watched
sing Let It
that
Go.
movie so many times.
I literally said that joke to like so many parents, and they've all just looked at me like that, and I'm like, oh really? It's been a few times you watched it, is it?
So you have Dungeon Dwellers Season 3 character portraits. I was thinking you might want to change that because it's also got Sai in that one.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
does it?
they did
I
it
don't
originally as
think-
season 3 because it was the third show that we did.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I
Mhm.
asked. Like, it says Dungeon Dwellers Season 3. I don't know if you want to put Serenity Season 2, but we can leave Sai in it because otherwise it's not really worth making a whole new. Well, because I never finished.
God,
Never-
they're great.
I only have the outline for what's his name's character. Our deaf doctor. I still have that drawing.
Holy sudden windstorm. I don't have anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Michelle. It's not windy. Oh no, Fantasy Grounds.
I think Ryan is restarting his internet.
Is everything?
Is everything. Hang on. I have to. Dang it.
At least I know his computer boots up fast. If that was me, that'd be done. We'd be here for like an hour.
No, Steam, don't.
So
I
eat. Are we still live? 'Cause if we're live, we can just keep role playing.
Just
Of
eat
course we're
everything.
Okay.
Live.
Sierra is digging into like everything around her. She's got way too much on her plate, and she just can't like get enough of everything. She just keeps trying everything. Cause like you remember that she was on that planet and for a while without any good food, and it was Janyan, which was a crap planet.
Mhm.
And then she's been on the Shinmei, which has decent food. But as Nell said, haven't had a meal like this in a while. So she's pretty much like blown away by the smorgasbord that is in front of her. Smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord.
You will be vegetarian. Prepare to be vegetarian. Resistance is futile.
Wait, Seamus is a vegetarian?
No, it was. I get the joke. I think I get the joke.
I appreciate it because if you didn't, that would have.
I'm only half paying attention, so I was busy looking at all of the character portraits. I had to go back and look at all of them because they're all so good.
I'm still gazing at them.
AKA staring at Zeph. I might make him my background portrait. I won't lie. Like just have him like on my phone every time Tyler pops up as a message and be like, yes, fucking Zeph.
Tyler, I think you just need to set that as your profile picture.
Not a bad idea.
Yay. All the Zeph. I may just like message you random things during the week just so you respond to them and your face pops up.
Okay, well, Nell is kind of limited on RP unless Zeph is talking to her because I'm talking to Captain Davis, which I can't do with the DM gone.
Right. Well,
I
Zeph
can
is,
roleplay
like,
something if you want.
Oh god, Fantasy Grounds.
That's okay, don't roll anything.
Zeph is waiting for Nell to start eating before he eats.
Why? That's weird.
Why not? You're the captain.
Other people are eating.
Are they?
I'm eating.
Sierra's eating.
I don't know if
I'm
anybody else is
getting-
eating.
Das phone call from Ryan V. Oh, Lord.
We have like 15 minutes left, so if he can't
Yeah.
fix it.
Hey guys.
Hola.
Hola.
No more
¿Cómo estás?
Muy
Actually,
bien.
that image is better than your first one.
Phone.
Yeah, it's from his phone.
Maybe it's a good angle too. I don't know.
The lighting is better.
I'm just gonna stretch this out so he looks really distorted on the screen.
No, he looks good. He looks nice from this angle too.
It's just
Why
it
would you
doesn't,
Good,
do that,
good,
Josh?
Ryan.
doesn't fill
Thank
the
you, Kate.
slot.
Doesn't
What'd she
matter.
Crop it.
Fine. I can't crop it. It's already. Oh, hey, that's better.
How's that?
Better. So, there was anarchy on the ship while you were gone. We took it over. I sexed all the women.
I'm the
and-
captain now.
Yep.
Sierra ate everything.
Everything on the ship,
Literally everything.
even some
all of it.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sierra went full reaver.
surprise. She's a reaver.
Zeph built a
That's
few
the
giant-
twist, guys.
Zeph built a few giant robots and he's having them fight in the basement.
Seamus is taking bets.
So basically anarchy. Also,
Yeah.
Ellis should back up.
Yeah.
Utter pandemonium.
It's
Pretty much.
Yes,
You really
that's what
just
it
can't
was.
leave us alone.
no.
I've noticed.
We are rudderless without our
We
captain.
had to do something to fill the time, right?
Obviously.
I mean, I maxed all my mechanicalness rolls and the robots they're top quality.
Top quality.
Fair enough.
Ultra strong, hefty, multi-use. robots.
Excuse me, that's strunk.
Oh, sorry.
Ultra strong.
Does that work for you?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
The angle
let's go,
and
let's do it.
everything is this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so
you're
far
good.
you haven't cut out. So before you do, let's go.
Right.
You have a
Okay.
better signal on your phone than on your computer, so
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. Everything has gone down internet-wise. I'm running my computer off my phone right now.
That's fine.
Oh, wow.
So
All right,
this
so
is
Yeah, we
definitely a Comcast issue.
few minutes.
call out.
but-
Yeah. So
Alright.
is anything else going on with the dinner, or what? What is?
Yeah, no. I was answering a question. I don't remember what the question was at this point.
I think we were just it was the one where Noah was asking like what he was looking for, and he mentioned that the manifest.
Right. He's hoping that. He was just saying, I certainly hope that it's not a question of my own crew, God forbid, but there is a concern that perhaps some of the boarders may have stashed a few things while they were trying to escape, and we are trying to make sure that nothing was misplaced. There's nothing to be concerned about. It's just a question of locating goods that otherwise might have.
Well, I may be able to
presented
offer
an
some
issue.
assistance on that front.
No,
I'm good at
we're-
finding things,
She is actually, and she's
and I
somewhat
can
small.
slip into any space.
I can also probably deconstruct your entire ship and put it back together again.
That's less useful when we're floating through space, Zeph.
I was about to say the same.
But Sierra is quite good at finding and hiding things, and she's small and good at getting into places. She would probably help you find whatever it is you're looking for right quick.
As much as I appreciate the offer, it's unnecessary. My crew will locate whatever's missing, and we'll account for it one way or another. But I thank you for your offer.
Well, if we see anything, we'll let you know.
Or I'll just keep it.
No, Sierra.
Young lady, I appreciate what you're saying, but you would get into quite a bit of trouble if you found something and kept it.
I mean,
You'd have to notice she kept it first.
We have
It's true.
cameras.
Yeah, you
just
obviously
crunches a
haven't met
carrot.
her.
I
Fair
think
enough.
the point is, if
Captain, I would greatly appreciate in that case if you would keep an eye on your young one here.
if we see anything, we'll let you know. She like gives a serious look to Sierra, like, don't you say anything.
The server's back up, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll log back in then.
Is there? Did you have questions? Anything anyone would like to know as we dine? I'm happy to discuss what I can.
What is our ETA at this point? And have you heard anything, chatter or anything on the radio that we might run into before we land?
Shipboard time, we should be reaching our current destination within, I would say, a day. I'm thinking 1800 tomorrow, barring no major issues. And after that, you're free to depart, and or if you wish, you're certainly welcome to stay for the next leg of our journey. But I know you have other duties to attend.
Well, my council's requesting me back, so I'm thinking it might just be to the destination unless I get another call.
Well, we'll be in port for about a week, restocking and replenishing our supplies and offloading a few things at the same time. Beyond that, unless pirates raise their heads again, I don't expect to see any further trouble. At least I hope not.
Well, I think we all hope that.
Well, if they do, you know who to call. I kind of like pointing at Nell.
Captain Blondie Amelia!
There's a little cheer that goes up from the rest of the crew when you call that out, Sierra.
Nell's face turns bright red.
Several mugs are raised in salute, and a couple of hurrahs come from down the hall.
Yeah.
Captain Holiday is fine.
Nah.
Well, first mate. We certainly appreciate the assistance. In the meantime, what is it that all of you will be doing in the future? Do you have other... have you considered going private sector? I'm certain that we could use your help more often.
I mean, if there weren't a war going on, believe me, Gardner Kane Pharmaceuticals would have a fairly easy time hiring me. But I can't go abandoning the independence at this point.
You certainly would have my recommendation.
We're gonna keep firing rockets and killing people.
That's disturbing.
Starting to rethink this whole letting her in the bridge.
I think that's perhaps more than I needed to know. In any case, I will be sending a letter of my own commendation to your superiors, and we do, of course, thank you greatly for your assistance.
I mean, of course, anytime. I mean, anytime I can.
Well, it's very much appreciated. The political situation back home is delicate, or I would make it a public statement, but you understand.
I do. Peter's always been more of a gray area anyway. I wouldn't expect public commendations from him.
Well, give it time, maybe. I think the company might be leaning toward public support for the Unionists more than anything. Right now it's practical support, but it seems to be moving that way. There's been some discussion. I couldn't say for certain. I mean, I'm not exactly privy to higher up at boardroom meetings and the kind, but...
You said to the Unionists, though.
Oh, yes. With reunification, I think, would be a boon to everyone. It would mean that rather than just us doing this kind of work as a labor of charity outreach, that we could actually have more alliance support out here, and it would certainly clamp down on a lot of this ridiculous Corsair business that they seem to be
What makes you
ignoring
think
and
the
turning a
Alliance
blind
is
eye.
going to do any better this time than they did last time?
Well, ideally, we could hold them to account better. The new parliamentarians in the Unionist Party have been of great help to a lot of people out here, partly through the dispensation of Dr. Tam on the board on the Parliament as a Unionist, that we are able to even operate out this far.
I still remember the original unification.
What was that?
How old is Sierra?
11.
That was a little bit before you were born.
Oh.
Trust me, you're better off that way.
I can't say I was in the first dust up. I was too young for it then, and I certainly didn't have any intention to sign up to hurt anyone, but
I would.
Sierra.
I'd sign up.
Sierra, young
No,
lady.
I would sign up.
I'm certain we would be happy to have you, but I think maybe a few more years for you to learn and perhaps discover more about yourself. That's not always... Military service isn't for everyone. And
No,
as I discovered, it wasn't for me, too.
Just like Nell.
Well, your captain is certainly someone to aspire towards, so that's... Your heart's in the right place.
I know.
Trust me, Sierra, you wouldn't want to do the things that I've done.
What have you done?
I think this might be a conversation we could table for the time being.
I quite agree. In the meantime, though, again, toast to your exploits and your good works. Unless anybody else wants to discuss anything, the conversation sort of devolves to small talk after this. Dinner goes on for a bit. Does anyone want to do anything?
Nell mostly doesn't talk for the rest of the meal.
Yeah, Zeph took a big swill of whatever he was drinking and then...
You're actually drinking some really interesting mulled wine that one of the other technicians explains was made from the grapes that Hazel has been growing down in the hydroponics garden.
Is it an inter-engine fermentation system?
No, it's a vat fermentation system, but there is a... Zeph does know about an inter-engine fermentation system that he was requested to help with in exchange for helping him break down the fighter for parts. Josh, what are you two up to?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
No, I legitimately don't know what you're talking about.
I'm confused.
So
someone and Kate are having a conversation that has got her
I'm reading
very
something.
distracted. Oh, okay.
Zeph is 1,000 yards staring. That's what's happening.
That's a good gun.
Yeah.
I think...
Zeph, you are experiencing some uncomfortable feelings after your conversation. It's not as bad as one of your full-blown flashbacks, but it's uncomfortable.
Sierra gets up to leave.
Okay.
Nell follows her out, making the excuse of, well, I better watch her, but it's really because she just doesn't want to be there anymore.
Okay.
Well, I'll come help you.
Sierra is kind of following those people who finding like a pack of those people who look like they were like looking for something.
Okay.
And kind
so
of like
you go down 2 levels?
Yeah, she's retracing her steps. She's good at that.
Okay.
Can we keep up with her, or is she a bit like ahead of us?
She's not trying to not be seen, so
okay.
Okay.
We'll keep a distance, but like keep an eye on her.
All right. In that case, those of you remaining at the table, make perception and alertness rolls.
Interesting.
Or alertness and willpower.
Everybody at the table roll initiative.
Essentially, I am going to use Things Go Smooth and re-roll that.
Okay.
I'm just going to have to be a minute because I thought I was going to be able to get away without logging back in. Unless you want to roll for me, Ryan.
Okay, I'll roll for you.
I'm very, very happy that I took that asset.
Oh, that's the good side of that aspect. I should look at that asset later.
Am I the only one left at the table? Just us and just the two of us?
No, you and
Seamus is there.
you and Seamus just rolled.
It's the two of us. Okay.
You notice the captain watching Nell follow Sierra out and leans over to one of his subordinates. His lips are a little bit covered from your angle, but as he sits there kind of like this.
What about my angle?
From Seamus's angle on the opposite side, you are actually able to see a little bit, and I rolled a 16 for you.
Holy fucking shit. I've never rolled that high in my life on anything.
Well, I mean, off of a D10 and a D8, that's pretty high. So you are able to discern. Keep an eye on them. We don't necessarily want them getting mixed up in our search, just in case. I'd rather have them safe.
So, Captain, tell me, I was running around your ship the other day. That's where I met your boy George here. He mentioned that you do some like testing and stuff.
We do. This is a science vessel. Part of what we do is growing the foods that we disperse, but also testing to see if we can't improve the lot of folks out here.
Mm-hmm. And does that normally require guards?
Depending. Especially, we do have some engineers who double as security, as well as a small security complement in the event we get boarded. There is also, of course... Okay, Hank, roll your persuasion while we're doing this.
Oh no, I'm seducing.
Your seduction, then.
Oh,
Roll
yes.
your seduction. Okay.
Could be better, but it's not bad.
Oh my god, this is gonna be great.
Yes.
All right.
This is what I've wanted. This is all I've
So-
ever wanted.
We do. There is always the concern of us being boarded by hostile influences, and we do try to keep our work safe, of course. And a great deal of it is proprietary. I mean, there are always competitors out there.
So when you mentioned earlier that you lost some stuff, I mean, is that part of the stuff that's being tested or what?
I'm afraid I can't really discuss it. Suffice to say, it was some shipboard materials that would be better kept under lock and key. Some of the things that we test with can be volatile in the wrong hands.
Interesting.
I only say this as a cautionary measure. I certainly wouldn't want you or any of your crew to be put at risk as a result.
Do I know Morse code?
Make a...
You're the only one that would know.
Check knowledge.
Memory.
Make a recall check.
Oh, alas.
dimly in your memory, you recall a similar system. It's not Morse exactly. It's more of an evolution of Morse code, similar to Interlac, that lets ships and people communicate with a simple on-off function, very similar to Morse, but a little more efficient.
Can I send to the captain? My captain.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Oh, captain, my captain. How to phrase it in like a really small term.
While you're trying to figure out your wording, Seamus, the lovely and well-dressed young woman who you reach out to
Hank.
or Hank, beg your pardon.
Hank,
the lovely and well-dressed young woman who you reach over to dance with and accepts your advances, you quickly discover is the same nurse you were talking to in your shuttle earlier. I actually rolled for that, so. And she's quite taken with your charm based on your role.
I approve. Good wingmanning.
I don't think that's wingmanning.
No, that's fucking thieving. But luckily Seamus doesn't remember it. So. Okay, so I'm gonna send to the captain like discreetly. Beware, captain has eyes on you.
Okay. Do I understand that code?
More than meets the eye.
Roll a. Let's see. This would be fairly standard in civilian circles. Go ahead and make a intelligence plus piloting, just straight piloting. You can also. It's not really an influence-based action, so no, I can't give you that.
I'll reroll that intelligence.
It's been a while since. Okay, well, go ahead.
Well, it was higher by 1 point.
It's been a while since you've used it, but after a moment or two, you recognize the pattern, and you pick up about 2/3 of his message before you realize what you're hearing.
So I do basically get the message then?
The gist of it, yeah.
I'll tap back acknowledged. I will lean over to Zeph. And I don't know if you need me to roll for this or anything, but I want to very quietly, very discreetly just say we're being watched.
Did you take Zeph with you?
Yeah, Zeph said he was with me.
Okay, I thought he was still 1,000-yard staring at the table.
No, he said he was going with me.
All right. All right.
So yeah, I let Zeph know
Make
that.
I mean, are you trying to hide this?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and make a alertness plus willpower check, since you don't really. I don't think you have covert. No.
No.
Make an alertness plus willpower check.
I'm gonna re-roll that. Wow, what the fuck?
No.
Oh
no!
no! Okay, you're pretty sure that nobody saw you.
I mean, to be fair, literally all I'm doing is leaning over and whispering in his ear.
Yeah, you're pretty sure nobody took notice.
Copy that.
Sierra, what are you up to?
Has she like run into any of the people that are that are doing the searching?
Oh, absolutely. There's people milling around. The guards are watching, but they're not really making any active. Oh wow, Zeph.
I don't see anybody following us.
Yeah, the guards are standing around. They're keeping an eye on you, but they're not doing anything as yet. And
Um,
the other crewmen that are looking, they do seem quite occupied.
she's gonna go up to one of them.
Okay. Guard or crewman?
Crewman.
Okay. One of the crewmen's down on his hands and knees. He's about elbow deep in one of the about 1 foot by 4 inches crawl spaces.
She like kneels down to be like level with him, you know, like kind of on the ground.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for exactly?
Help you with something, little girl?
No, I don't need help.
Okay, well, we're a little busy here, so you might want to, go find something else to do.
I was doing something else and it was boring. I thought maybe I could help.
Much as I would love the help, I'm afraid. Uh, Listen, this is supposed to be secure kind of space, and I mean the guards don't seem to be taking too much exception to you, but um, I can't really have you interfering with the search too much. You understand?
Interfering?
We're going section by section. We gotta make sure there's nothing funny going on.
Nothing funny. Definitely not.
Okay. He looks over at one of the guards, and the guard kind of goes, "Meh." He shrugs. The guard leans over. Miss, might be best if you go find something else to do, but there's nothing specifically prohibiting you from being on the hallway, so if you spot anything, just call out for one of the crewmen, okay?
Yeah, sure. Do these guys have anything on them that might look like a pager or like a communication that might have like information that what they would be looking for or something like that?
There's a technician or two that have pads on them, just simple tablet-looking devices, and two of them are actually comparing notes and discussing while they have them. Everybody else just has like a tool on their belt or a set of ident keys or something.
I'd like to wait until one of them are distracted and then attempt to filch one of their pads off of them.
Okay.
Not gonna go well.
I'm going to
hope
need
this
you
goes
to
very
make
well.
a covert stealth check with your agility.
Okay, I also have pickpocket.
That'll come after we see how well you hide yourself.
Okay. Agility, stealth.
Okay.
13.
And your pickpocket roll, agility plus pickpocket. The dice gods are with you tonight, apparently.
Thank God for that agility.
I just want to let you know there are other numbers on those die.
No, there's not. There's ones.
Like 1 or 12, 2 or 11. That's all she rolls.
Yeah, I don't have any medium rolls. Seems like.
At all.
Terrible.
It's still way better than she's used to, but she's mostly caught up in how handsome you are. So
Damn right.
your lack of dancing performance this evening is not a huge deal to her. She's trying to pick it up, but you're not stepping on her toes. At this point, some other folks have taken a cue from you, and they are beginning to dance as well.
So do I get the data pad?
Sierra, you find a man who appears to be completely engrossed in
Now you're going again, boss.
checking
Wow.
checking over a security camera. You swipe his datapad without him being any the wiser.
Excellent.
Give me a perception check at the same time, and if you don't have that, give me just alertness. Okay. You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. I also want to look for a guy who may have a key card that gives me access to doors.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of guys on this road that do that.
Wait, is there a vent nearby?
There's a series of them up and down the hallway. A lot of them are small even for you.
Yeah, datapad goes in the vent.
Right, okay. I'm gonna need you to give me another pickpocket check to reverse pickpocket the vent.
Okay.
Okay. You successfully reverse pickpocket the vent. No one notices you as far as you can tell.
All right, now I want to pickpocket a key card off one of the guys.
Okay. There's another guy who seems like he's, just...
One of the ones that maybe, like, isn't near the others. Like, not standing in a group, kind of away from the guards,
Okay. There's one guy who's checking one of the larger vents out, and he opens it up. Once he's finished opening it, he puts the keycard ring back on his belt, and he is about 15 feet away from the others. You can go ahead and attempt that, but I'm going to need another stealth check from you first.
Only an 8. You know what? Put two of my points on that, make it a 10.
Okay. With a 10, you do successfully lift that. He doesn't seem to have noticed. He seems very engrossed in whatever he's found.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave the area. Do I see Nell and Zeph approaching from behind me? Because I'm sure that took a little bit of time.
Yeah, no, Nell and Zeph are on their way, and you do run into them relatively quickly.
Okay. I'm on my way back. I was really like focused on that, so I didn't see them coming. So I'd probably just like run into them. Unless is anybody around that I can get? Actually, yeah, I'll put a plot point into before I roll to go get the data pad out to make sure I get it out safely. To give me the +1.
Make it 2 if you want to go ahead and grab it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll use up whatever is necessary to end the game. So
makes sense.
So that'll be whatever, stealth and agility.
Agility. Yeah.
And then you're with 2, it's a +2 step bonus, yeah.
Yeah, with two plot points on that is a +2 step bonus.
Yes.
All right.
But anyway,
that's a 15.
Or whatever. Yeah, 15. I can add. Okay, so do I have that back now too?
Nobody notices a thing. You managed to pull off swiping the data pad and the key card.
Perfect. Okay, so now I'm walking my way, like it's kind of stuffed in my shirt, and my head's down, like shuffling, and I don't see Nell or Zeph walking towards me.
You collide with Nell's shins as she's stepping off the elevator and stepping onto this floor.
Sierra?
Just the woman I wanted to see.
Are you alright?
That does not exactly fill me with confidence.
I'm great.
You
sorry.
Look like you're hiding something.
I'm definitely hiding something, but not from you. Sorry that dinner was awkward. I didn't mean to sour the mood.
No, it's not your fault. We're headed back to the Shinmei if you want to join us.
I do. Let's go to the Shinmei.
Okay.
I would like to just go to the Shinmei. Can we do that?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the Shinmei.
Yeah, you guys make your way back down.
So once we step inside, then I'm gonna go over to Nell and Zeph, whatever. So those guys, you know, they had that look about them, you know, like the look that, like, you know, I don't know, like when I'm you know, sneaking around, and I'm not trying to do anything bad, but like
Sierra,
you know,
what happened up there?
well, I asked if I could help, and they were really they weren't nice, and they told me I couldn't help, and it made me think that maybe they were keeping secrets, and if it was something that was, you know, that special, I thought maybe it was like really, really cool. And if it was really cool, then I thought I wanted to see it. So I thought I would
Sarah, what did you do?
I just wanted to see it. Well, I took this guy's data pad, and then I realized that I can't read it very well. So I need help.
You want us to help you read a stolen datapad?
I just borrowed it. I'm gonna give it back.
Are you gonna tell him you borrowed it?
Sure.
This goes against all my better judgments, but let me see that.
I hand over the data pad.
What have we got?
I think Ryan's muted or something.
Is.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. You pick up the datapad, and once you unlock it using the access card, you spot a number of different things. One, there is a manifest showing
I
a
didn't
number.
give over the access card.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. So just the pad.
Just the pad.
The pad is locked. It's password locked.
It's locked, Sierra.
I bet I can spoof it.
Oh, well, I guess you could try this. I took this off a different guy.
We're going to ignore the fact that you're pickpocketing multiple people on board this vessel, and I'm going to take that access key.
I don't think it's a good idea to ignore that, ma'am.
By ignore, I mean I'll deal with it later. I'll unlock the data pad.
Stuff.
Okay.
We don't know if it's important yet.
It's important to me.
She does have different priorities than the rest of us.
That is true.
Right about this time, as you're unlocking it, you open up the datapad. There's a number of different windows that are open on it, one of which is a security frame. It's tuned to one specific hallway, but you immediately see upon touching it that you can pick a number of hallways on it. There's also a list of items, project numbers but no names, and what each individual vial that they're looking for is, what it looks like, and the item numbers, the lot numbers they go with. There's nothing describing what exactly they are.
Okay. So basically I'm going to need to do some like investigating to figure out what this all is, yeah?
You or someone with you.
So we got our hands on a stolen surveillance pad.
And a manifest.
Does it say what they're hiding? I want to know.
It's got a lot of information here, but none of it makes much sense to me. A lot of vials and chemicals and things, which I would assume are it's probably the medicine they're taking out to the RimWorld planets.
Well, that's boring.
Well, okay, it might not just be medicine.
Might not be, but it's not like I can tell the difference. I'd have to wait for Fix to get back.
I can take a look.
I'll let him look at the data pad.
Does any of this make any sense to me at all?
You're pretty familiar with this kind of thing. The security system's not especially different from the one you and Reese rigged up once upon a time. There's some similarities,
the medical
you know.
I can't hear anything Ryan is saying. He's gone.
R.I.P.
I'm still.
R.I.P. Ryan. Don't ruin this for me. I'm mourning your loss. Don't ruin your own funeral, damn it.
So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Do I understand any of the medical mumbo jumbo, the chemicals and all that stuff?
The chemicals aren't labeled with what they are. It's just lot numbers. The only thing that makes any sense to you immediately is the security system.
Can we flip through that? What
Yeah.
all can we see on there?
Well, there's a couple of things. Go ahead and give me a technical engineering check, Seth.
Would this be computer programming or just straight technical engineering?
Straight tech plus intelligence.
Intelligence. I'm feeling smart today.
Oh.
And my technical engineering roll is not good.
That is plenty. You flip through this, and you see, as you're changing security feeds, several security members clustered around a similar pad on the hallway you were on before, and beginning to move down a hallway and beginning to run toward the lift doors. One of them appears to be very agitated and shouting into a radio or a comlink of some kind. At the same time, as you're flipping through it, you also see someone outside in the hangar bay, on the ground. There appears to be liquid pooling next to them, and it looks like it near one of the shuttles.
Something's going on out here.
And right about that time, Hank, the captain, stands up as he's talking to someone and calls a halt to the music and says, "Everyone, I'm going to need all security personnel down in the hangar bay immediately. Mr. Wilson, I'm going to need you as well."
For what exactly?
Someone is trying to make off with your shuttle.
Oh, hell no. And I pull out both of my pistols, which have been hidden under my coat, and I start running.
And that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
Josh suddenly just got like, what the fuck?
And they, nope.
Well, thank you all for hanging in with us. I know we're calling it a few minutes early, but I wanted to make sure I let our English member get some sleep
We're not calling it early.
No, we're right. We are. It's, you know.
It's 6 to 9.
Oh, we're half an hour. We're half an hour past.
We're half an hour past.
Yeah. I apologize for running it late. I keep thinking it's 5:30 to 8:30 instead of.
That's all right. We got to a good spot. That's all that matters.
That's on me. I apologize. That's on me. I'm still used to the other time set.
It's 6 to 9.
Well, thank you all for sticking around, and I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed the twist at the end, and we'll see what happens next.
Hank's gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, the liquid pooling around whoever that person is gonna be blood when Hank gets there.
We'll find out.
And maybe some feces.
Wait, I missed why he asked. Why did he ask? Oh, sorry. Well, let's say bye. I'll ask later.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.